So I was saying, if I get a tattoo for our group, it would be a D20 with a 19.
Eh.
Same. I would do it with you.
Group tattoos.
Are we getting matching tattoos?
Guys, matching tattoos.
Yes.
Let's get right into the D&D.
Let's go right into D&D.
So, to summarize what happened last time, I don't remember much except that it ended on good old Jericho got you guys some safe passage to the other continent.
Yes.
I remember.
And we did some.
He also threatened to kill Anwil and Falaji if need be. So
He
that
did,
was
he
cool. That was
We did some Tokyo drifting. A guy killed himself in front of Falaji
Yep.
with his
He-
amulet.
Permanently scarred from that.
I got wasted.
Deca was inebriated the entire time.
Yeah.
We found a
And-
secret society that has a lot to do with Jericho, and I don't know the entire story because
And we kept our badges.
We kept our badges because we sneaky rapscallions.
You rebels, you.
And
And
Just
Nurse
rude.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson /
Alex Louise Armstrong.
Yep. Alex Louise Armstrong the Rock Johnson.
And we also made it to the point that we are just about at the end of our 4th-week stay after their investigation.
Yeah.
but since our dear pal Jericho is bedridden for days at the request of Nurse Rock, what are we left with but you guys?
Don't make it sound so shitty.
Right? Like,
I didn't.
background characters.
We're just left with you. God damn.
We're the background characters in Jericho's story. That's all this is.
Apparently.
Death in the
I didn't-
cave.
I didn't intend for that.
That's how you came across, so.
Need I remind you that English is my third language.
What's your
Yeah.
second?
Okay.
Danish.
Oh.
Well, you're
Alright.
doing wonderful, sweetie.
Yay.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Sarcasm's my first language.
I thought
That's
asshole
okay.
was your first language.
No, that's Jackassian. Okay.
Anyway, alright. So, Falaji is scarred for life. She's got some baggage that she needs to unpack, apparently.
You mean more
Um,
baggage.
More baggage. More baggage. On top of the other baggage that she already had.
I am distracted myself.
Time to put it in the overhead compartment.
Right? She's basically in shock. Right now. So
I vaguely remember, which I should, considering I'm literally the one who edited the episode. The only 2 people that know about the Secret Society as of right now is... Who is calling me? I forgot to put my phone on silent. It's my brother. I can ignore him. It's fine. But the only 2 that know about the Secret Society right now is Falaji and Anwil.
Yes.
Okay.
Me and Vin know nothing about the Secret Society. Anwil, Falaji do. Where are we going from there?
I just get the...
Well, as I was trying to say, Jericho has now been hospitalized because he's moved around too much. He shouldn't have. And now he's getting shit for it. From
And
the good
we are
nurse.
now terrified of the rock.
When are you not?
Louise
He's the boulder.
He's the boulder.
Rock Johnson.
Like, I made him up, and even I'm scared of
When you're scared, you need to know. That's when you need to learn is if it was too much or not.
Like he needs to be there for key moments.
Hope
Alright.
he was there indeed.
Okay. So I
Oh,
assume y'all rendezvous somewhere.
Probably back at the tavern inn.
Where
Um,
Decca is nice and drunk.
Oh, I'm hungover. It's next day.
Still.
I was hungover. I remember that.
So
I know it was the
triple
next day
N.
because I remember chugging water.
Right. Okay.
Everyone's taller than Kayla.
Canonically, my character is the shortest one. That's in real
That's
life.
That's why we called her Small Might.
So N was literally the same height as me.
Yes.
You do have your horns though. So.
True.
I am a
Yeah,
foot
moment.
taller than everyone else, except for Kayla.
Yes. But
Yeah,
I
goddamn
basically
Like a foot
go,
and a half
all
taller
right,
than me.
all right,
And-
let's go check on the drunk.
And I am basically both the biggest thing in the universe and the tiniest. Alright. You gonna go check on the drunks?
head out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should probably check in with Venator and Dekka.
The alcoholic.
Make sure Dekka's alive.
And Peppa.
And Peppa.
Is it really a loss if she isn't?
Mm,
Can
Dekka?
I be heard or?
Yeah.
I mean,
Keep in mind,
yes.
Anvil doesn't know y'all.
mm,
I've grown fond of her. I
There's
did
some
almost
zoom
marry
on
her.
face.
You
That's
almost
that's-
married her.
Oh
That
yeah,
slow
when
zoom on her
when we
face.
were in
She's just
the
getting
we were in
daggers.
the monastery, and as a cover, we pretended that we were getting married, and I didn't know what to do. I ran away.
Ugh.
She
Oh,
left
that-
me at the altar.
Delicious drama.
Jilted.
What, she didn't run away and follow?
I'm sorry?
She didn't follow you?
Oh, she did. She did.
Be like, come back, my love.
Can I be heard now?
Yes.
Okay, so it was just a restart on my part of my computer. Yeah.
Alright, so back to the inn we go.
Yes.
All
Chatting
right.
along the way. We'll leave the wheelbarrow behind.
All right. Well, it was kind of taken anyway. Safe
Fair
passage.
Someone stole our wheelbarrow. What the
Well,
fuck?
no, it was used to transport Jericho away.
Oh.
Right. So while you're walking, the city starts to. What time was it again?
I mean, it was morning when we left.
Yeah.
Alright, so the sun is high up in the sky. People are everywhere. It's noon.
And I do keep an eye on my surrounding. Because I don't want anything to happen.
Alright, so if you keep an eye on your surroundings, you're gonna have to roll for perception checks if you're saying.
Okay. D20.
Ooh. Not necessarily now, but okay.
My perception is +3.
You walk around, people are outside having the time of their lives. Apparently, it seems like a festival is going on. Or is about to happen.
I ask one of the people who seems like they're setting up, what is the festival for?
Don't you know? We're celebrating the new year in our own calendar. We usually follow the general calendar, but we also have a special calendar for, well, how the stars align one.
So it's your astrological New Year's.
Indeed it is. And how blessed are we? How blessed are we that it's gonna fall on such a wonderful and beautiful day.
I nod, thank them for the info.
We have been blessed with fortunate weather.
For a long ass time.
I mean, it's a desert. It's kind of hot and sunny all year. Except for nighttime where it cools down. But
Fair enough. Okay.
Maybe it's not so sweltering a day.
maybe it only reaches 100 degrees. Or whatever measurement of temperature they do there.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows? Let's keep going. Alright. You return to the inn. You see a lot of different things along the way that are like people setting up booths and they don't exactly have rides, but they have like games, I guess. And small petting zoos as well. And you get back to the inn. You see someone slouched over the counter. He's familiar. He's small.
Oh, there's Deca.
Like, just holding on to a pitcher of water.
Question. Wasn't Venator sticking his tail in Deca's mouth?
When I was asleep and drunk. This is morning. I'm
He's-
hungover and drinking water.
No, it's afternoon.
Oh.
Is it one? We didn't settle what the time was gonna be. It was gonna be one.
No, he said it was afternoon.
He said it was afternoon.
I said it was noon.
Noon.
Ah.
Noonish.
Fine though.
If she bites my tail, then I deserved it because I
Oh.
always mess with her.
In. So,
Also, don't mind the random paw. I'm putting it on because my hand smells like latex still, and it's starting to get on my nerves. So I'm over here resting my arm all the time.
alright. So, you guys meet back up?
Hey, Deca, you need to wake up. They're here finally.
I am awake. Why are you being so loud?
I'm whispering.
Okay, yeah. Okay, what?
Don't do it. And the cuteness is intensified. Ah!
I love it.
And he's always adorable, don't you
Kayla?
know?
Caleb, make this a mental note. Or while we're in the video recording now. Zoom in on that beautiful face.
so
She's
cute.
wearing glasses.
Alright, so what was happening?
Y'all are at the inn, and Deca has begrudgingly acknowledged that y'all have come in.
And she's thinking they were yelling, even though I'm whipping her headache because I badger her enough as it is when she's sober.
Falaji
over.
walks to Deca and... How you feeling, honey?
My head
Does she
hurts.
need a roll to see how hungover she is?
I did last session. I rolled a 5.
Yes.
rolled a
Yeah,
5.
you
I
had
remember
one of-
that.
You had one hell of a hangover. If it was
I-
a nat 1,
it was
you were in trouble.
Bad.
Ooh, okay. Alright. Thinking, buffering, loading.
Have you taken anything to help with your hangover?
All I need is just more water. And an ale! Give me another ale!
No!
I put her hand. I put her hand down and she says, "Is like you don't need anymore before you die from alcohol poisoning."
The cure of a hangover is
Oh.
more liquor. Hasn't
The
failed
cure-
me yet.
You're not wrong, but it's also not good for you.
The cure of the hangover is using prestidigitation to clean the liver.
I don't have prestidigitation. I am not a magic
Okay,
user.
honey. I do.
I'm kidding. I'm
moment.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Can I not try that?
Wait,
Can
I
you
wonder.
prestidigitation alcohol out of your system?
I mean, if I can clean blood out of clothes, why can't
I
I
hope
clean
to-
alcohol out of someone's liver?
Okay, I have to
I'm
ask the
gonna-
DM. Can I ask? I know lesser restoration now. Can I use that? Cure my hangover.
No. Hold on a moment.
Even the DM was like, well, you see,
Because I can use it to either cure a disease or a condition afflicting a creature.
You imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. I mean...
And a hangover is debilitating. She is a creature.
It would be my only second level spell, but
this is the puzzle of the night. Can we use that to get rid of hangovers? That's the puzzle of the night.
Is there anything
Sure.
that says
Sure.
Yeah?
yes! I'm just gonna.
We have solved this
Okay,
hangover
but
puzzle.
wait.
Don't worry here, but wait, there's more.
I still don't understand why prestidigitation wouldn't work, considering it's a cantrip, and it wouldn't be wasting any spell slots.
Prestidigitation is more of a utility than anything. Like, say if you got dirty, to like clean up blood or mud or like just small things
So
like
you're
that.
saying-
Little sparks up in the sky or something like that.
So you're saying it's not very utility-ish to clean, like, clear
Okay,
yourself of a hangover?
that's a little beyond utility. That's more medical.
Okay! You instantaneously clean or soil an object no larger than 1 cubic foot. I don't think Dekka's liver is larger than 1 cubic foot.
My liver is also not an object. It is a living part
It
of my
is-
body.
Technically.
It's still an object.
It is
It's still technically an object.
functioning, as we know, organ.
Be right back,
But-
though.
That was not a condition. It's
But
still an object.
But
It
if
didn't
if
say
we,
living or non-living.
Andy, if
Yes,
it means
listening.
cleaning as in purging it of all bacteria, then that would just decimate her biosystem,
Oh, true.
right?
I face palmed so hard I completely forgot that the spawn had a squeaker in it, and it's probably got picked up in the record.
Well, now we know that greater restoration is better than prestidigitation when dealing with hangovers, because we don't want to blitz the liver.
Andy,
And I lied. I have
if
2
you wanna-
second level
if you
spell
wanna
slots.
be that, if you want to be that person, just so if somebody that's being an asshole, you can use that later for somebody to teach them a lesson.
Ooh.
I am giving the necromancer chaotic evil ideas, and I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I mean,
I'm
sure.
chaotic neutral. I can do whatever.
I'm just gonna look up and I'm just gonna like touch the sides of my head and use lesser restoration to fix whatever the hell I get my hangover.
Oh, it's lesser restoration.
Yeah, lesser restoration.
I googled greater.
Yeah, the condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned, which technically it's alcohol, so I'm poisoned.
True. True.
All
true.
technicalities in such a fantasy world is kind of giving me a head.
I could use
It's
lesser restoration
break.
to fix that.
But then you'd be using your second level.
Yeah, I have 2 second level spell slots.
Can I roll this a slapper for no lethal?
Only if I can roll to
I-
stab you with lethal damage.
I mean,
Are you sure you're not a rogue?
I'm a ranger with rogue tendencies.
God damn it.
multi-classing is a thing. Also, you'd have to slap so hard that you'd cook her in order to do lethal damage with a slap.
How hard do you have to slap a chicken to cook it?
Hey. All right, I'm
Like, it's like 12,000 miles per hour? Something like that?
something like that. I'm gonna need a small bathroom break because I've been trucking lately.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get something to drink too,
People
so
want.
I'm thirsty.
And Kayla missed it too.
Uh-huh.
Deca missed it.
Oh, she'll see it on the recording.
What?
Probably will.
What?
On just to keep you warm because it feels nice and cozy with that thing. There's a Marco. Ah, shield that was flying from nowhere. Ah, where did that come from and why?
Marco!
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. A plan. Neat.
He's already supposed to.
I had rice pudding earlier, so
Oh, cool.
yeah,
This one
I have-
doesn't look that good actually.
I have now fully formed a plan for today's session. It's fully formed now. All is great.
Yeah! Many things can happen on the toilet. That's where the greatest ideas come from.
Indeed.
She's not wrong.
So, alright, let's get into it. Y'all at the bar. Decca just cleared her mind.
Cleared my liver.
Cleared your
And
liver.
like, immediately after doing that, I'm just gonna be like, alright, where the hell y'all been?
On an adventure, we've been watching over Jake. Jericho, not Jake.
I mean, just being in the same room of him is a hangover in itself, but
That's why watching over him is an adventure.
well, seeing as y'all are
Alright.
here crying, he's not dead.
He's not dead.
He is alive.
Yet.
He is not allowed to have visitors anymore.
He kind of got in trouble.
Yeah, we got him in
kind of
trouble.
funny that the fact that you just compared him to a hangover just means that you like him, considering you like the. Is that trying to say something about?
I like the alcohol. I don't like the alcohol after it has affected me. There's a difference.
I fail to see the difference. Well, she said since she doesn't have a hangover anymore, I could just go back to pestering her again like I usually do. Connection.
Alright. So,
Alright,
Well-
alright.
What's the
alright.
plan?
So,
What's the plan?
well, since
There's a festival.
I was just gonna say that since Jericho's laid up for a few more days, we need to kill some time here. Also, there's that investigation going on. That's kind of a thing.
So
we're
we
not allowed
can't
to leave
leave.
town. We're not allowed to leave yet.
Or so they say.
Wait, so when you say we need to kill some time, do you really think you saying it as in the past time, or are you really gonna try to find somebody named Time?
No, we are not.
Yes.
Not murdering people. Hopefully.
Damn it.
Or,
Tired of killing people. I'm tired of seeing death. I'm a necromancer, and I'm tired of seeing death.
or you could,
I
like,
can
cook.
I can sense the irony in that statement.
You can cook meals using time.
Ah!
I see what you did there.
I pat Pelagi on the back. I'm sorry.
Alright, what's up with this festival? Why are they celebrating? What are they celebrating? Do we need to care?
It's their celestial new year,
Oh,
and it just seems like something fun to do.
they
Something
usually are.
not
Highly know you're in
involved
no.
in the end
There
of
will be alcohol.
Alright, I'm in.
I just start shaking my head and I give Peppa the last of the fresh veggies that I got so she can have something to eat for today.
I pull out
I
one of
look
one of my pocket bacons and take a bite.
Oh my god, she still has the
I
pocket.
still have my pocket bacon. I just
How
rip a
long has
chunk
that
off.
been in your pocket?
Probably
How long has that been?
couple days
I
at
mean-
least.
I'm just
It's-
gonna press the digitation on that.
I mean, If it's been cured, it's still I.
But
Since
pocket lint.
but it's been in a pocket.
Sand.
Sand, pocket lint. Who knows what else?
It makes me think of Aaliyah.
Ooh. So I'm gonna prestidigitation that a little harder. I'm a little bit jealous. Yeah, girl's jealous.
The big gay is jealous.
I'm just gonna make it to where that bacon has no taste.
What? Jealous that I got some and you didn't?
Jealous that it wasn't me.
I look at Deca
Oh.
and I look at Spalaji and I look at Deca again and say, "You sure you two want married?"
I'm just like,
she told me.
I want to look Pelagic up and down and be like, I'm mildly aroused.
I look at Venator and say Philology left her at the altar.
So, runaway bride?
Run away all you want, I just want her more.
Listen, I panicked.
Seems fair.
That's alright, because if you didn't panic, we were gonna get married, because I wasn't jumping.
Mama didn't raise no.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
That is the weirdest game of chicken ever in this session so far.
End up married. Number 12.
Number 13. Accidental marriage. When you need to break into a monastery, so you pretend to be engaged, but you forget to run away and you actually get married.
At
Alright.
this point, did he go
Oh.
question? Was it supposed to be a act or was it on purpose?
Let's go to the festival.
Let's go see what they have around.
Let's all go to the mall.
As they
I look-
head out, as they head out, I look at them and say, "I'll catch up. I'm gonna go talk to the bartender real quick."
I was about to say I was gonna ask him a question.
I just need to see how much owes on her tab because she fucking drunk her liver out. She killed her liver, baby.
I mean, she also did slam a bunch of gold coins on the counter and like, keep 'em coming.
You said that she had a tab.
Oh, she does too. Both. Gold coins were not enough.
There's
Alright.
no amount of gold to save my liver.
But lesser restoration does. Alright, ask your question.
Enwell or
Both. Rock, paper, scissors, on who goes first? I don't know.
lady?
Bray, you're cutting out again.
Go, Anwell.
Lady first.
Ladies first. Okay.
Is there anything you suggest to do for the festival?
I suppose you're like speaking directly to Keijo.
Yes, to whichever one is there. I don't know, or
At the moment, it's Banjo.
Or is it?
Benji and Keiko.
he said Keijo, so I'm talking to Keijo.
Like, the good part is that I'm like, I can't remember which one is out, so I don't care anymore.
I think at this moment it's Keijo if it's afternoon, because the days we've been there, Benji did mornings and Keijo did afternoon.
Bitch, you think I have a
it'd
system
be mornings
for
and
that?
nights.
I have ADHD. I paid attention to stuff like that.
Cool.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
Yes, I've heard tales of a menagerie coming into town. I think that'll be quite a spectacle.
A menagerie.
Like a
Just-
menage a trois.
I just kind of like stare at him and go, "What?"
Hold on. I'm just gonna be very sure that I know what it. Okay, cool. It is exactly what I thought it is.
No, there's.
Why, yes, a menagerie. Like a collection of exotic animals.
Oh! Okay, that's not what I thought that meant.
No,
What do you think it
Literally.
meant?
French. Okay, hold on. Menage in French just means collection.
Mm-hmm.
So a menage a trois is collection of 3.
Of what?
3.
Oh,
Un, deux,
I'm
trois.
fairly impressed with myself because I went to go type it in and I actually spelled it right.
Hey.
So, yay!
But menagerie typically refers to more of a zoo type of thing.
Mm-hmm. That kind
Okay.
of caught my interest, and I'm just like, wait. Kanjo, you said a menagerie? Oh, shit.
It sounds like a bad knockoff Joker.
Kanjo?
Now that he said it, it just clicked in Venator's head that there could be something there that he may or may not be happy to see.
A
Who
bear.
knows?
Can we please go?
We can go, but all I can say is if I see a 6-legged beast, I'm staying away from it.
That's fine. I need a distraction.
Alright. I'm down to go see some exotic animals.
Cue Snow White mode.
Alright,
We can
so
start singing. We don't have the board here. We don't need anybody else singing right now.
He has not done much singing in this campaign. Just
No,
saying.
he just insults everything to death.
He does.
It works though.
alright. So
And so, Venatar, your question?
How much of a tab does this ranger have over here?
oh well, she's been going at it for quite a while, I'd say. Like counting all of the snacks we had to bring her and all the extra drinks and all the water. I learned that she's gotten a barrel down so far and clean up. Well, at least for now, since you're loyal compatriots of our establishment, I'd say 2 gold pieces for now.
Kind of look over at Decca and just sit there and stare at her as I give him the 2 gold for the moment. You're gonna be drinking a lot, I can already tell.
Listen. We all know I'm gonna be drinking more.
Fight nice, kids.
And with and with that, I am just sitting here, just like I give him the 2 gold, and I passively hit her arm with my tail just as a playful hit before we start heading for the.
So, did any of y'all offer to ask where this is gonna be?
Oh, we passed it on the way in.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know. Oh, that's a nice view. I already turned off my camera, sorry.
Alright.
Alright, if y'all know, I'm following y'all.
Alright. So
I
who
look
knows
at
the way?
I look at Falagi and say, shall we?
Let's go.
They know the way. They have
You know the way. You do not know
Balaji
the
sounded
way.
like Navi for a second there, and it was cute.
Hey, look,
I'm
listen.
sorry.
I link my arm through Falagi's, and I reach up to do it so I don't pull her down to my height. And we're off.
I just want to point out, he said, I link my arm with Falaj. Link. Nice choice of word.
You guys know how much a Legend of Zelda fan I am.
Alright.
She
So,
said that
you-
she said we're off. I had to fight myself from saying we're off to see the wizard.
That's what I cut off. That's what I was going for.
So y'all go out. Y'all follow the two lovely ladies.
And we ask for directions to the exotic animals along the way.
Alright. Someone points in a general direction, and as you walk past all the different stalls and game stalls and stuff like that, there are also a few artisans who show off the wares of exotic brews that might interest Decca a little bit.
Okay.
Also,
I look at
Also,
the group. How about we reconvene at the pet place in like 10 minutes? Give everybody a chance to do what they want.
Does it have to be from the pet place?
I mean, it's the one that I know most of us want to go to, so. I want to go look at knives and swords.
I need to invest in a flask.
Marco knows exactly why Venusaur is on the edge, and when we get there, I'm rolling a reception check.
and I just remembered, I need my fucking monster's manual for this.
Oh god!
Kayla's just like the big middle in my screen.
Mine too.
Andy's the big middle in my screen.
Same as Caleb. All I know is that the only person that knows the most about Venusaur's history so far is Jericho, and Deca only knows a simple glance because of a statement I made when we were fighting.
I should probably look into
theme
some.
plan.
I look at Venator and said, "What has you so on edge?"
Let's just say I'm okay with animals, but there's one in particular that I have itchy trigger, so to speak, that I kind of want to kill.
That's okay. Everyone has something like that.
Yeah, everybody has something they want to kill.
And I need to kill liquor. Where's the flasks?
I
Alright,
mean, you
guess-
could ask.
I just look over and I was just like, really? That?
You say, really, this is a necessity. And I'm gonna walk up to the first vendor I see and ask where I can find a flask. And if anybody might be selling one around here. A
Oh,
festival
right.
special, if you will.
Are there any vendors selling like educational materials per se?
Considering the printing press hasn't been invented, it's pretty hard to come across a book.
Well, not just
Scrolls.
yes. Give me a waterbending scroll.
Give her a necromancy scroll.
Yes.
Oh, that's frowned upon.
Yeah, that's taboo. But any other sort of magic, I am interested in.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, 10 minutes is a little bit is too little. The opposite of too much time. Too little time to look around completely.
Half an hour?
That would do it if you're at a brisk pace.
Alright. How much time do you want us to take apart?
That depends. I mean, it is a pretty big festival. A lot of things.
Well, I didn't say that we were going to be separate for all of it. I just said for a quick go-through.
Alright.
But that you don't have to follow what I say. I am legitimately the newest member of this.
Perfect. So, you all know you can all kind of guess where the Menagerie is because Keijo mentioned it was in like a tent or something, and it's like a great circus tent in the middle of the whole festival. Like it's the main attraction, and everyone can see it from everywhere. So it's a great vantage point if you want to get back to it.
But
Alright. How about each of us goes through and does a thing, and then we'll just circle around. That way we're not tripping over each other.
That sounds fair.
Okay. So 2 people have already started.
Alright. So
Those
let's, ooh. To figure out what order people should go in, why don't we just roll, like, our,
Initiative.
Let's roll initiative.
initiative? Yeah!
I'm gonna use my new dice that I got.
Ah.
So, yeah.
I put
I
my
got
phone
a
down.
13 plus 3, so I have a 16.
Hold on, I gotta remember what my initiative. I got a 19.
With or without?
That's with.
Okay.
And 10 in there somewhere. The mighty 19 lives on.
Hey guys, this is the largest number I've rolled in like a month.
Oh, Ayla!
6.
Yeah.
You got a 6?
No, 19.
I
I
was
got a
talking to Ray!
Oh.
What about you, Falashi?
14.
14. So, Kayla, me, Falashi, Ray?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Andy is the only one I'm calling by her character name. So,
Oh.
Deca!
Be fair, of the 3 of us, you know her more than Deca and Venezuela, so.
yeah, but in real life, I know you 2 better than anybody.
Deca, you go first. You're going to look for flasks and how to sample all of the exotic beverages you may
Alcohol.
find on your way.
As of right now, let's just look for a flask.
Alright.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. Alright. So, you walk around a little bit until you cross, like, someone who seems to work a lot with ceramics. Who has, like, one of those... If you've ever seen Naruto or something, there's, like, that weird shaped flask.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The gourd?
The gourd, yeah. There are a few of those among them in different size.
Excuse me, sir. And or madam, I don't know who's running this booth.
It's a woman.
It's a woman. Hello.
Roll for seduction.
Roll for seduction.
Is she thick though?
Hold on. Jake's not here. Is she thick though?
Is it bad? That's what I was thinking when I went in.
Yeah.
In honor of Jake. Ma'am, I have a question.
Why, yes. Ask it.
These gourds over here, how much do they run?
Oh, well, they only run for about 20 silver or so, depending on the size.
What about the medium one?
Oh, that one that goes for like 18 silver.
18?
18, yeah.
Well, Deca's liver, it was nice knowing.
She knows a way to cure it now, dude.
Yeah.
I'd be more than glad to take it off your hands.
That doesn't mean that it's not gonna survive the abuse.
You said 18 silver?
I did say 18 silver, yeah.
Alright. I'd be more than glad to take it off your hands. And I'm gonna take it. And I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
Pay for it?
I have the 18 silver in my hand.
Alright. Thank you for the business, and she hands you the gourd.
Much appreciated, ma'am. And
Before you go, would you like a cork with that? We sell those separate.
It's one of those things.
EA game.
you drive a hard bargain, ma'am. Here's the material, DLC. You gotta pay for it. How much are the cords?
EA game. That's perfect. That needs a freaking club now. Just put EA games up there.
It's just 50 copper.
Fifth,
Half a silver.
I'll give her a full silver.
Alright.
Keep the change.
He hands you 2 corks. Nah, we do fair business here.
No.
Okay, I have another cork. I'll keep
Hey,
both
if
of
you
them. I
lose
never
one,
know.
you have an
I
extra.
never know.
Use it as a projectile.
Oh,
I was about to say that too.
I've already got plans for this cork.
Oh god.
But
Stick a cork in it.
I'm gonna walk away, and then I'm gonna look over at my my familiar.
Ooh.
Like, hey, I need you to do me a favor.
Alright. What do you want?
I'm assuming it's still in a sparrow form. We'll say it's in a sparrow form.
Sure.
How far? I haven't tested this yet. If I were to have you fly up and look above the crowd, how far can I keep the connection?
Go for about 100 feet.
About 100 feet. Okay. I'm gonna kind of walk off and go lean up against a building. It's like, I need you to do me a
Alright.
favor. Within a 100-foot radius, I need you to fly up and start looking around, and I want to look through his eyes.
Yeah.
And I am looking for Orin.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna roll percentage to see if you spot anything. But first of all, roll me a perception check.
Mm. 17.
Alright, so you spot a few different people that may, but you're not entirely sure. Sometimes it's like the hair color is different. The physique is like similar to, but not quite right, and sometimes the face is like very similar, but there's something else off, like a different eye color.
Okay. All right.
bastards
After
messing his
I'd
life.
say after about like 5 minutes, I'll call him back and.
Alright.
I'm just gonna go up to a random vendor and just fill my gourd up with beer. Just some cheap ale.
Alright. Oh yeah, that'd be a silver.
I'll pop him a silver.
Thank you. And you start filling up your gourd, and it's like, well, we do know that this is the best quality ale, but it's definitely a good ale just to tip off of.
Well, that's all I'm looking for today.
Alright, fair enough. And as he fills your gourd, you paid him, he says goodbye, you keep walking, and suddenly, while you're sipping on it, a very stout dwarf comes walking up to you and is like, hey, you look like you'd be needing a harder drink than that.
You look like you need a step stool. What do you want?
Oh my god. Jesus, woman.
You probably aren't that much taller than him.
Listen!
Anyone she's taller than, she's gonna take advantage of making them.
She just outright abused that man. All he did was just walk up to her. Jeez.
It's fine. Let's get on with it. Oh, wow. Right for lunch. Well, we have special dwarven firewater on sale.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
How much?
Only 15 silver pieces to fill up your entire gold.
Chugs the rest of the
I'm gonna
gourd.
chug my ale. I'm talking chug it. I'm not gonna break eye contact with this dude either. Just straight chug it, wipe my
He starts-
mouth, and go.
While you're chugging, he starts chanting, chug, chug, Chuck. A few strangers around you. Oh, that's happening this early? Okay. Chuck.
I'm not blinking
You
or
just
breaking
made
eye
a-
contact. It's going.
You just made a dwarf happy by doing this.
We'll give you extra discount. 12 silver pieces.
I'll just wipe my mouth and be deal.
Alright.
You just made a dwarf happy.
The dwarf just made me happy.
Mm-hmm. Alright. So you go and get your gourd filled with dwarven firewater, and you pay the man. Ooh. Okay. And he just looks over at you like, might not be the finest dwarf you have, but it's reliable. Get you drunk.
Drunk is what I like, and I want to take just a couple sips.
Alright. It
Constitution
burns.
already.
It burns hotter than anything you've ever gotten at the inn.
Whew.
Like you take a few of those steps and you're like,
That's
Thanks.
exactly what I thought it was.
Oh, this is
That-
great.
that'll grow some hair on your chest.
Much appreciated, my guy.
I know this dwarf is talking to Decade right now, but I fucking love him already.
What's your name?
His name is Very Blue Jeans. Not Blue Jeans, Very Black Jeans.
You leave barreled out of this.
It's Very Black Jeans.
Hogarth.
Okay.
No. I want to save that for someone special.
Fair enough.
My name is Fella.
Fella. Alright, fella. Alright there, fella.
Yeah, I know it sounds similar to that other word you use in your language. It means something else in Dwarven.
Alright, well, this is greatly appreciated, little fella.
Well, my little pal, if I ever run out, you know where to find me.
I'll keep an eye out. Scene.
And then he starts going to other people and asks if they want to test their mettle against the wonderful firewater. And, boom! Now let's go over to Anwell. Your time to go sightseeing.
I find weapon shops and I'm looking at knives and daggers.
You're looking at knives and daggers. Alright.
Of course.
And
Get
I'm also
right up,
keeping like
everyone. We've
an
got.
eye around me.
Alright.
Because I don't.
There are a few people who are like loudly advertising their wares. Welcome, everyone. Come on over. We got knives, we got daggers, we got swords, we got armor, we got whatever you kind of need. You need a new holster for your sword? Boom, we got it.
I love this spokesperson already.
I go up to one who has mainly knives and daggers.
It's another woman, and she's a human, but most of her wares look like they're made in like an elvish style, but still very human in nature, design-wise. She's kind of just like, what do you call it? Sharpening a few of the knives she has.
And do you make these yourself?
Oh, why yes I do. Gotta be making something special and competing with other in the industry.
May I?
She's not wrong.
Why yes. You gestured toward a specific knife I'm taking, I'm guessing?
One of the ones, how is your booth set up?
Well, there are throwing daggers. It's like a booth with the window on it, and throwing daggers are hanging off from the top. Longer knives are on the table, and there are that's general just.
I pick up a throwing dagger as well as one of the longer, and I'm just studying them.
All right, you notice that they have excellent balance.
How much for a set of
A set of what?
both?
Well, if you do want both, I suppose I can give you a little bit of a discount on them. Well, you're standing there. What you're standing with there is some good quality dwarven steel that I have mixed with my own special blend to make it my own personal alloy. It's a bit lighter than most other dwarven metals, but it's much sturdier. E- that would be about 2.5 gold.
Now, how many is that? Because I said a set.
Well, that's for both of them.
I said a set.
She's asking how many's in the set.
Like for multiple. Like a set of
I-
2 or 3 or...
I don't generally use that.
You don't sell multiple of the same knife? Or dagger?
That's because she gestures towards all her knives and daggers. None of them look the same. I make it a personal mission of mine to make each dagger and each knife unique so that I may expand my, how you might say, repertoire.
I look at her and say, which are your favorites?
Well, since my favorites are not for sale.
Okay, which are your favorites that are for sale?
Well, I had planned to put them up later in the evening, but I suppose she digs around, goes over to her cart that is right behind her, and starts digging through her little
Tote.
her little thing, yeah. And she takes out one curved, slightly curved knife that is single edged. Is that how you say it? And a throwing knife that is double edged. Double edged.
I hold out my hand. May I?
Of course. She hands them to you.
Are they perfectly balanced as well?
Absolutely. Lots of small detail work with small like inscriptions and runes. The throwing knife is actually more of a dwarvish design, while the knife itself is of more it's not quite elven, but it has similar backgrounds as like the design philosophy of elven.
I hold them in my hands. How much for these?
Oh, that will net you like. Oh, well, since you are getting in early, say 7.5 gold.
Agreed. And I hand her 7.5.
She's a bit like taken aback by it, like, oh, okay.
Did you want me to barter? I raise an eyebrow.
No. Forgive me for saying this, but you didn't look like someone who would be able to pay that amount.
I slowly smile. Looks are deceiving.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Well, it was nice doing business with you. Would you like a receipt?
No, thank you. I do not believe I will be returning.
You know that you're appreciatively. pockets the money, waves you goodbye. If you
Alright.
want, you can test out the throwing dagger a little bit further down. There's like a throwing knife competition or whatever.
I've already been in one of those. A beater.
Oh my. I don't know to whom you're referring to, but
Okay,
I suppose
Decca.
I know, but the
Oh,
character
that
doesn't.
was her talking to me. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, my mistake.
It's okay.
I look at her. Is there a prize for the competition?
Oh, of course there is. It's a, why, I haven't quite figured that out yet, but it's something,
Ask them down there.
yeah, I'm still talking in her voice, so, well, I don't
Oh,
quite
so-
know, actually. I haven't exactly, like, perused what exactly is going on down there. I'm in the prospect of selling the knife, not in throwing them, you know.
Well,
But
you do an excellent job.
Thank you. I suppose it'd probably be like a new stash for keeping throwing knives, or it'd be another new throwing. What do I know? They asked around for all the weaponsmiths to donate a small amount of money to whatever prize. I declined. I'm more about my craft than fishing anyway.
Okay. Are other people in the booth, or is it just her and I?
It's mostly you and her. There are some people who are like, how much is that? And she tells them the price. They're like, ooh, oh no.
So she wasn't actually expecting to sell stuff to me. Okay.
What can I say? She thinks of them as like her baby.
Quality is worth it.
Indeed.
I look at it and say, it's really terrible when you're in the middle of something and your knife or blade breaks.
Well,
Remembering stabbing people, it'd be terrible.
she as you part, she reminds you to keep them sharp.
I nod to her. I will try and remember.
All right. I gotta stop drinking so much fucking BRB.
But we still have D&D going on during all of us in one room. That way we don't have too much of a complication. And then we have Marco, so that way he doesn't have to worry about too much going on.
It'd be easier for him to yell at us.
Possibly slap us upside the head if need.
Gip slap us.
She beat me to it.
Okay, so Anvil walks away and she's keeping an eye on her surroundings and everything going.
All right. Y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yes?
Cool. For when we meet up in May, do you guys know the party game called something a burrito, where you get like a small plush that look like a burrito and you throw it to other people? I'm gonna get that, so whenever you guys are loud, I'm just gonna throw something at you.
Venus?
Gonna ping us.
Like you'll be going off, and I'm like, no.
Stop.
See, last time I had a D&D group in person, there was a talking stick. To where if you had the talking stick, you were allowed to talk, but if you didn't have it, you were supposed to shut up.
Oh, okay.
Oh, your talking stick was the exact opposite of mine. Our talking stick was literally used to beat somebody that was talking out of turn. It was like, shut the fuck up.
No, it was, if you have it, you can talk and not shut up.
No, that's what my talking stick was. It was the exact opposite of how you used it. We basically Rafiki'd somebody if they decided to talk whenever it wasn't their turn.
Well, that's what the DM would do. He would take it back and then hit people.
Alright. So you walk away, you keep an eye out for your surroundings.
Yeah, because trouble could come up to me at a...
Indeed. You walk past a booth of masks. They seem to be like decorative masks or masks used for, what do you call them? Ceremonies and rituals and whatnot, but I don't know. Catches your eye, so to say.
Is there a blank mask?
There is.
I look over. How much for just the...
Oh, you're looking at the blank mark. You've got a very special eye indeed. He takes it down and he's like, for you see, it is not actually blank. He slides his hand over it, and as the hand goes over it, runes and symbols appear on it. It is a mask through which you can both hide your presence and enhance your perception of others' presence.
How much?
Oh, that's gonna net you a fine 15 gold each. Very rare to find something of this quality.
That's a festival, alright. 15 gold, good God.
I'm half tempted to just be a rogue and try and steal it later, but I need it. I want it.
Roll a d20.
Yeah, but it's in his hand.
So I would come
I
back
would have to
later.
get a nat 20 for that.
No, I'm saying roll to figure out what you're gonna do. Above a 10, do it. Below a 10, don't do it. 50-50.
It was an 11.
What?
It's an
I
11.
was gonna say,
Nothing.
you
Not.
There's your answer.
There's the adventure. That's the adventure part of it. They don't need to know what you rolled. All we know is that we heard it roll, and we don't know what it was.
Okay. I shake my head. That's a bit too steep for me at the moment.
Ah, I see. Well, I can't go any lower, unfortunately.
It was an interesting mask. Or it is an interesting mask.
Quite yes. I got it off a merchant, who got it off of another merchant, who got it off from someone who specializes in magic artifacts that conceal yourself.
That sounds
Quite,
like a hand-me-down. That sounds like somebody just got a hand-me-down because of how many merchants it went through.
Sounds like I heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend who heard it from a friend.
Well, you know, people always exaggerate how they got their items in some
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So, Anvil walks away.
All right. I'm guessing this might be to be continued.
Yeah.
When
She will come back.
as the night appears, and will make a swift return.
Or somebody will.
Dum 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 dum. All right. All right. Let us go to Falaji. What's going on with Falaji?
Falaji is looking for anything and anything magically educational. She's looking for scrolls.
All right.
Looking for anything that could slightly relate to necromancy without explicitly being necromancy.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Supposed to be necromancy, but not necromancy.
yes.
All right. Well, you could do like an Arcana check
Okay.
to notice the presence of anything of a particular magic type.
Let's see here. Ooh. Yeet. 17 plus 6 is 23. No?
Yeah.
Yeah, 23.
You get a few pings from a variety of sources.
Are any of them particularly stronger than the others?
I mean, yes, of course there is. It's a little bit further away than some of the others, like at the outskirts of the festival. But you can see a few of the others on your way to that particular spot.
Okay. I'm gonna make my way to the strong one.
All right. So as you make your way towards that particular booth, you see a few items on your way that are one item in particular is like a hand, a severed hand, but like a monkey's hand, a monkey's paw.
Ooh.
And it reeks of like not powerful dark magic, but kind of weak. And the seller is like trying to sell it off as like a wish granting thing.
Alright, so
Fucking genies.
I want to call him out on his bullshit.
Welcome, welcome! Why don't you try and... Well, you can't really try. It only gives you 4 wishes. He looks at his own hand for a second. Each and every wish will be fulfilled, and afterwards, well, the item will disintegrate. It costs a hefty sum for all your wishes to be granted, of course. But it is worth it.
Judging by the energy I'm detecting off of this, it won't even grant 2.
Oh.
She's speaking nonsense. You don't know that.
Do I
I
not?
was told this was a legitimate wish granting item.
It may be, but it won't fully grant anything.
Well, alright then. Since I will demonstrate. I will use a wish, and I will lower the price for it because of that. So he grabbed the monkey's hand and is like, I wish for 100 gold pieces. And one of the fingers on the hand goes like, and a bag of coins appear at his feet. Goes down, takes it up, and is like, look, I told you, 100 gold pieces.
Is it actually 100 though?
Oh, you want me to count? You want me? I will
Prove
count
it.
them.
Prove it.
He starts
Oh my
counting.
God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, and he stacks them up. So now there are 10 stacks of 10 gold pieces each. There, 100. Are you satisfied?
He's getting flushed by the second.
I just really wanted it to not actually be gold.
Pick up one of the gold coins.
Okay. Okay, so I'll pick up one of the coins.
Remember to give it back.
I will. Do I have to do a perception check? Or okay. What's my perception? It's 2. That is a 20.
Alright. You actually notice that it's real, actual gold. And it looks like it's been like made officially. Everything fits with it. Until a few people around you start muttering, wait, where did some of my money go? Hold on. They start looking into their... A few people are starting to look into their pouches and counting their money. Like, I'm missing some gold here. There's a thief around.
Oh.
The,
I'm innocent.
Oh.
Yes, you
I
are.
fucking knew something was up.
So the seller is like holding holding the bag of coin, or the bag in and of itself, and like gesturing towards the coins, and a small bead of sweat just trickles down his face. I know nothing of that.
He's trying to pull a fast one over a 6-foot tiefling. And good luck with that, good sir.
Why do I feel like you've been doing this a while?
Can't you see on the monkey's paw that I've only used one of its wishes?
I get the feeling that this is an elaborate scam.
Scam? That's a harsh accusation.
Oh, shit is just going down.
Well, I will have to pass on this deal.
That is your loss indeed.
Thank you for indulging me.
No, thank you. You just made my item more sellable.
Alright, so I'm gonna make my way towards the actual strong one.
Alright. As you near it, you come across a booth that seems very innocent. It does have a few tomes, it does have a few scrolls, but none of them are particularly. But the source of that powerful surge comes from the seller's belt.
The seller's belt.
Something is hanging off on his belt.
Can I see what it is?
It's in a pouch,
Okay.
and he does not look like he's having a good time.
Alright, I'm gonna ask him about his wares.
Well, I have a few of scrolls and such things, mostly information about the world outside. It is not something that many people are interested in, but I try to do what I can.
Are any of them about the other continent?
Well, there are a few of those, yes.
I'd be interested.
He points towards a few scrolls and takes out one tome of books, slaps it down on the counter. I'm really happy you're here. You are my first, assuming you're buying something, you are my first customer of the day.
How much for everything about the other continent?
That would be he starts counting on his fingers well, about a gold piece for all of it?
I'll take it.
Thank you so much.
He seems
starts-
so nervous.
He starts packing up in a small leather satchel, and the satchel is free. Hands it off to you.
I give him 1 gold and 50 silver.
Oh, you are much too kind, but I cannot accept the extra fee.
Can you give me any information about the pouch on your belt?
My pouch. Well, it is just containing of coins that I have on. Start adding the money you gave to it.
I detected a strong source of magic from it.
Magic?
Yes,
Really?
that's what brought me here.
Huh. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a look. So he pours out all of his money onto a table around him, kind of looking around to see if there aren't any people who'd like to run up and grab them.
I mean,
Starts sliding out the
got
coins.
a-
There's
Got a
There's-
6'7" tiefling standing in front of it.
yeah,
She boards them.
right. So there is one silver coin that stands out that's giving off this crazy vibe.
Okay, so I'm gonna point to this one. It's this one. It's giving off the energy. Do you mind if I look at it closer?
Sure, go ahead.
Alright.
You've already given me so much money. How can I?
He just seems like a nervous little wreck.
He's so sweet. I love
I
him.
know.
He starts taking all the. He starts piling off the other money back into the bag.
Alright, I'm gonna perception to investigate what's up with this.
All right.
coin. Would that be a perception, or would it be? Is there an
Well,
investigation?
Since it's magical, I'd just say arcane.
Okay. Good. I have a +6. I only have a +2 for perception. Alright, 22.
Ooh, okay. So the coin itself is actually very, very, very like bad luck magic.
Oh.
Like it is hardcore bad luck. It is. Oof. Someone duped him, or didn't even know he got duped.
Alright. I'm gonna exchange him a exchange him a silver for this one.
Or you're
Huh?
out of. What'd you say, Ray?
I was just saying that explains why he looks like he was nervous, like he was excited for the first customer he got. But
Yeah.
he's still so fucking adorable. He's like, adorable. I can't help it.
All right. So he's like, well, if you insist on the exchanging of the coins, of course. But are you sure you want a seemingly cursed item?
Yes.
Well, I suppose you know what you're doing.
She says that without a second thought. She just looks at him and says, eagerly says yes.
And as soon as you take that, like, with you, you notice that there's a few men who are like, who dress in fancy robes and are very like they're old wise men who have a less scholarly look, and they approach his booth and they spike up a great conversation about his wares and if he's interested in supplying them with more scrolls and tomes about the world after.
But Laja, you are a fucking saint for saving this man.
And now I need you to roll an acrobatics check.
Oh boy.
That was a real good moment.
Oh. Well, I'm already failing at IRL.
Oh,
As my
no.
horns knock things off of my desk and I drop my dice. Oh my god! ×2!
The bad luck coin is affecting her really bad right now. Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. I have another.
no, it's not.
Fine. Everything's fine. You just gotta believe. Clap your hands if you believe.
What'd you get?
The nat one is the.
Was it a one? Oh no! To add on top of the bad luck. Oh my goodness. Well, you got your bad rolls now, DM. All it was a bad coin.
I was gonna say if you kept it for longer, I would have to be like, okay, you roll with disadvantage, roll 2 dice. But now it's like, okay, well, so you have it in your hand, but then you fall, you like stumble on something, you don't know what, and
And you don't have a tail, so you can't beat your tail.
so you fall into someone, the coin gets knocked out of your hand, then someone steps on it and apparently sticks to their shoe, and now they're just walking away with the coin on their...
No! No!
Just the spell that
Can
getting away.
I chase them down? Like, after
Sure.
I get up?
Sure. But as you're trying to find them in the crowd, it seems like they kind of disappeared.
Oh,
Unless-
no!
Unless you give me a perception.
Oh no.
Randy.
12.
12,
Mm-hmm.
Is that with your bonus?
Yes.
you find the dude who stepped on the...
Alright. I kind of, like, gently touch his shoulder. Sir, I believe you have...
oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to startle you. I believe you have something of mine stuck to your shoe.
Well, that's definitely not how I imagined this was gonna go, but okay. He starts looking under his right shoe, there's nothing there, and then under his left shoe, and sure enough, there's the coin. Oh, huh, how did that get stuck there? He takes it up, and then
Oh,
he's
no.
bitten in the ass by someone's dog.
Oh no!
He's what?
I kind of just like grab it. I take it out of his hand. Like,
What happened to this man?
He was bit by a dog.
dog in the booty hole.
I wouldn't say the booty hole per se.
Okay, I just wanted to.
This is gonna be the highlight of the night. She saved the man just to fall and get another man hurt. Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Like I said, it's a powerful, not lucky charm.
With this bill that real fast.
So the dude is like, the dog runs away quickly. He gets up and is like, oh shit, I gotta see someone about this wound. Now you're just standing there with your coin.
Is there a sewer grate somewhere near? I just want to get rid of it, throw it in the sewer.
I sure get advice against doing that.
Why?
Because there are
I
people
don't know.
living in the sewers.
Okay, but if it actually goes into the... What are the odds of someone diving in there for it?
What are the odds of the water system being poisoned?
I want to destroy it.
I'm giving
Somehow.
the DM. I'm over giving the DM ideas while at the same time trying to help you save everyone.
Okay. How can I
So-
destroy this one?
Well, I'm just gonna say that you know this kind of because you know about magic. So you need something that counters like this insane dark magic, and what counters insane dark magic is insane holy magic,
We need to find a cleric.
or paladin, or something.
We don't know a cleric, do we?
We don't know a paladin either.
But you are in a city that is incredibly well educated.
So I
This
need
is
to
true.
go. I could go to the monastery, maybe.
Hmm.
Get hit for real.
How far is the monastery from me right now?
It's about a 15-minute brisk walk. Your ride's taken into account. But
Is
Mm.
there a church closer?
There is not. But if you roll for Arcane again, you might be able to find a source of holy magic.
Okay. Arcana check. 18 plus 6 is
24.
24.
So you notice that there is a quite powerful holy magic response quite close to you, and you look around and you notice that there's a woman with long silver hair wearing like a heavy set of armor with holy symbols all over it.
Hey, Decker,
Okay.
don't you have a long silver wig?
Have a long white wig.
Okay,
Oh.
so I'm gonna approach her and pretty much say, like, hey, so I've got this coin. It's cursed. I need your help.
She turns around and is like, oh, well, kind of takes the whole situation into account, like looking at how tall you are and your your outfit and everything, and like, okay, hold on a moment, and she does a detect evil thing, and since you're a necromancer, you'd also like ping on that end, but because you're holding what you said yourself, an incredibly cursed item, he just thinks it's because of that cursed item and not because you're. It's like, okay, this is quite serious. Can I hold that for a second?
Please don't.
I would prefer that you don't. It's anyone who holds it has some bad things happen to them, and I don't want
Well.
anyone else to get hurt.
Well, okay. You're a person of kind heart, so I will see what I can do while you're still holding. So,
Could she place it and not have the other person hold it? So place it down on a table?
then the table would just get hit by a meteorite or something.
Yeah.
You're
Beyond that astronomical. Oh shit! It happened.
I was thinking it, and he said it. That's the scary part about that entire scenario. Just
I
then.
mean, that seems to happen a lot with our.
So,
That's some Murphy Law bullshit going on out here. If you don't know what that is, people go look it up. You'll be so.
so she takes both her hands and wraps them and tries to do a dispel magic on it, and it's hard to do. Let's see how that goes. Boop. Ooh, that's an 18. So there's a pulse of holy magic that surrounds the coin. It's like boom, pulses, and it seems like there's a gong sound somewhere. And then she breathes out, like, well, I'm still sensing some dark magic from it, but it. And she goes to check again. Well, I can tell you that it's still cursed, but I've removed one of the seals on that curse.
What?
As you said, incredibly dark magic. I might have. If you could just wait right here, I'll go get some of my colleagues, and we'll take a look at it. Maybe
Okay.
our presence will negate some of its effect. Who knows? I'll be right back. So she goes out and gathers a few friends, and after like 5 or 10 minutes, comes back with like 7 other incredibly powerful individuals of holy magic. And she leads with, "It's right over here, General."
She's just like sweating. She's like, what have I got myself in? Oh well.
Oh
I'll
well.
be fine. I can talk my way out of this.
In for a copper piece, in for a gold piece.
Okay.
So
Alright.
so they briefly glance at you and are like, huh, and then look at the coin, and then they all cast detect magic on it, and they all go like, oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
um. Uh, okay. So, hmm, hmm. One of them is a cleric, and he has like he empties one of his pouches of coins and goes like, I've got some money here. Could you take hold of that? He says to another one, and he's like, put the coin into the purse.
Okay, so I drop it in.
And then he closes the purse, and two others start placing their hands on it, and they start like chanting and blessing this purse so that it will act as like
Containment.
a containment unit for this coin.
Oh my.
So yeah, none of us are actually powerful enough to do anything about this coin directly, but we can contain it here, which is the
Okay.
next best thing. Trust me, you did well to find me concerning this. This is... I don't even know where it came from. We don't even... We don't know. For all we know, this could have caused like civilizations to fall if it came into the wrong hands. We don't... The ramifications of this powerful magic item.
It caused the destruction of the dinosaurs.
Right. It caused the enslavement of an entire continent. That's right.
Oh. Oh.
But that's like
Okay.
a millennia ago or something.
That
They-
coin's got some strong shit.
So they're like, okay, thank you for bringing it to our attention. We'll bring it to our most esteemed and noble leaders. See if it can actually be anything can be done to it. Otherwise, we'll just have to lock it away. That seems to be the most safe approach. If it doesn't decide to break our particular armory in some way or another to get free, who knows? But thank you so much, and they hand you a scroll.
Ooh.
That's when somebody tries to break into the
Thank-
coins. We're like, heads or tails? Heads, you die. Tails, you still die. Doesn't
What?
matter. It's like somebody goes and try to steal that coin. It's like heads or tails? Heads, you die. Tails, you still die. Doesn't really fucking matter.
Response to them. No, thank you. I needed to get this taken care of.
Understandable. Well, what I've given you is a scroll containing a powerful, holy magic spell.
The irony is getting stronger by the minute in this session.
So the spell in and of itself captures the holy essence of our sun through the lens of our god and create... I'm just gonna read out loud what the spell is for now.
Okay.
So, it's called Sunburst. It's an 8th level evocation.
Ooh.
It has a range of 150 feet, and it's instantaneous, and the description says, brilliant sunlight flashes in a 60-foot radius centered on a point you choose within range. Each creature in that light must make a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 12d6 radiant damage and is blinded for 1 minute. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and isn't blinded by the spell. Undead and oozes have disadvantage on the saving. A creature blinded by the spell makes another Constitution saving throw at the end of each of its turns. On a successful save, it is no longer blinded. The spell spells any darkness in its area that was created by it.
Cool.
This man
Yo!
just gave you a lethal
Concentrated
spell and
sunlight.
thanks for getting a cursed coin to them. Like, he just sat there and said, "Thank you. Have one of the strongest fucking spells you could possibly give you."
I mean, it just goes to show how dangerous the coin was.
Yeah.
If that means anything, like, Jesus.
Oh
So-
my.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is D&D. Sweet Bahamut.
So, this spell is incredibly powerful. So don't just use it willy-nilly, alright? It
Understood.
it
Thank you.
whenever
Easy
you
fancy
find
level.
yourself in it's whenever you find yourself in incredibly imminent danger, I suggest using it then. Or you could sell it for a lot more, but I mean that would also just create another kind of havoc on this world. We don't know what that person was. But I trust you because you brought it to us. You seem like a nice person.
And she didn't let it curse somebody else. Because she did not hand it off.
Andy, you are a whole bean this session. You are not just a bean, you're a fucking beanstalk.
Alright. Now you've had your little adventure.
Alright.
Let's
To
get
wrap up my turn, I'm just going to the menagerie.
alright. Venator knocked.
Now I see her going into it. I'm just gonna go with her just to try to delve a little bit more into my backstory. That's up to you if you want to. I'm just gonna go to the menagerie with her since she did what she. As I kind of sort of catch up to her, I'm just like, "So, are you okay? I saw that little nasty spill you had."
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Alright. You don't want to walk around and try and figure out something new? Okay. So,
I'm just like,
you all are back together. You all are getting into the big old circus tent, the Menagerie. There's a sign above the entrance that says Moriarty's Menagerie.
Oh boy.
I kind of just sit there and moan to myself. Hey, sounds familiar. And we just keep on walking in.
Kayla, I think your camera is like, no? Okay.
No.
I heard
I
someone
think
laughing.
she's on the phone.
No, Amanda was laughing.
Ah, I see.
I was cackling. I like the tie-in. Sorry.
Right. It just sounded like when Kayla's cackling. Okay.
If we
You-
ever need a cackle, I can give you a cackle.
Alright.
I can do my evil cat if you want.
So you walk in to the menagerie. The tent itself blocks out a lot of sunlight, but there are also torches inside, lanterns, all alike, and there are some cages set up. There's also like a small ring in the middle, where there are a few creatures bound by chain. There's also a big glass container with a few holes in it that holds a few smaller creatures. Creatures.
I keep my new knives in my hands, by the way.
All right. A guard at the entrance, like, ma'am, can I please tell you to keep those away?
I hide them.
All right. Give me a stealth.
14 plus 6.
So
I got a 20.
All right, they are hidden. Alright. Alright, thank you. Now I should go further in. As you all walk in, you see what I've told you before. And then some creatures are like coming into clearer view. How am I gonna like describe some of these? Because I just looked through everything with the bestiary and I wrote down some cool creatures, but I can't remember some of them.
Oh.
You should have wrote down the pages they were on.
I wrote down the names. Some of them are pretty easy to count, but some of them are like, what the fuck's the Maryland?
Does the book go in alphabetical order?
It does,
Yes.
but sometimes not. Sometimes it goes by thing,
Challenge rating?
like category. I guess. No, wait.
Does it have an index?
It does. It does. All right, I'll find it quickly. Do you guys walk around, see whatever you find?
So
Oh,
while we're
no.
walking around, I'm gonna do a quick perception check for one beast in particular. You know what this one is.
All right, give me a perception check.
Okay. It is a 12. I don't have a bonus on perception check. So it's just a
Alright.
flat 12.
All right, you see nothing. You see all the creatures that are there, scratching at some of their cages and hissing at people walking by, stuff like.
That sounds
Right,
alright
that's
for a
what it
bunch of exotic creatures.
There are a few, like human-sized creatures, sitting still in their cages, kind of looking at people like with a scornful stare.
I keep a hand on, well, they're probably gonna tell me to keep her outside because we're in here with basically an animal exhibit. But I'm kind of glad that Peppa isn't here because I'm pretty sure there's a plan to get to this damn pig.
Yeah, I mean they're hungry for everyone, so.
I want to look at some of the smaller cages.
All right. So, some of the smaller cages hold several of one kind of creature. So there was one cage where it's basically just like some bright mote that seemed like glowing pieces of dust. But you know them as will-o-wisp.
Okay.
There's also a small cage. There's also like a bigger cage, filled with pseudo dragons, snapping at each other and hissing and stuff like that.
I want to stare at the pseudo dragons.
They stare back, all in unison.
I'm just gonna keep staring contest with the pseudo dragons.
Takes
Some
a
of them-
sipper for fire water.
Take a sip
For
of fire water. Dwarven fire water. It burns, but I ain't blinking.
I think
Ice
they're
water.
attracted to that smell of pocket bacon you've had for quite a while.
That's clean.
She ate it, but her pocket inked.
No, she ate a piece of it.
I just took a bite. I didn't eat the whole thing.
Fair enough. And that smell also catches the attention of some of the others around. So.
Oh,
Guess
what?
who's gonna cause problems here in a minute?
Deca, why?
Shh, you don't know.
There's also a cage full of smaller fairy type looking creatures.
I want to look closer at them.
Alright. You notice that they are. Give me a second. Find it. This. I wanna find the picture so I can properly describe it. There we go. These.
Oh, Miko's menagerie could be a good and or bad thing, considering that me being a druid, I might be able to transform into some of the creatures. I just had to make sure I can actually do so.
If you can speak with them, sure.
Mm-hmm.
So you notice that these creatures have like butterfly wings, some small like glowing particles around them, and they're kind of giggling by themselves. And they have various hair. They look like small people with different hair colors, but their skin is like different shades of green. And it looks like they're wearing plants and leaves for clothes, while ornamenting themselves with other kinds of smaller plants.
Do they appear happy?
They're like happy-ish. They're giggling. They're just like, haha, we're here. Haha, look at this silly being in front of us.
Mm,
I wanna sneak up behind Falaji and just get as close as I can quietly and be like, what are you looking at?
Balaji jumps and like a mile off the ground because he was just like enthralled with these fairy things.
As if the
Alright.
bad luck wasn't enough.
So, the cage containing the pixies is knocked over.
I did say I was gonna cause problems.
and the hinges on the cage door were kind of rusty. So it breaks, and you guys remember that scene in Harry
Oh no!
Wait, what?
No!
It broke?
in
You said problem.
the Chamber of Secrets, where the
Oh no.
Where
They
the
get
snake
out.
gets up.
no, not the snake, the pixies
The
in
little
the,
pixie.
in Gilderoy's class. They get out. They cause a little bit of a mischief. Two of them fly straight up into Falaji's face, and one of them like takes her small finger and like doot, boops your nose.
I don't know if it'll be a good or bad thing.
And the other one circles above Balaji's head and drops a lot of pixie dust on your hair.
Oh.
This is
And suddenly there's a small bright flash, and now your hair is a different color.
Okay, perfect. I need to pee.
All right,
What
before
color is
this craziness will continue, let's have a small break.
this? Oh no.
And cut.
Alright, I'll be back.
Okay. What's Taco do?
He's just waiting.
Okay. All of them come into the fog to see what's going on?
Ah, cool. I cast Sunburst.
Okay. What does that mean?
That means that you just need to roll 150 Constitution saving throws.
Nope. I got a 14.
No.
Okay.
So just give me a second. 4, 10, 15, 18. Oh, nasty. 21.
That's it.
22.
That's it.
25.
Okay. Well,
30.
let him have it.
35.
Oh, we're doing
40.
Cat.
44.
There's a kitty cat.
47.
Now, I'm glad you rolled all that damage. Do you have to make a Constitution saving throw?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good. Okay, so it says each creature. What is a creature?
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Taco, what the hell?
So
10.
how many points did I say?
You 47, I believe.
47.
Taco!
Wait for it. Wait for it.
From the outside, it's the most badass shit ever, because you see this goofy-looking ball of fog as all of these robots walk into it, and then it just...
And if you're watching from like 100 meters away, it look amazing, looks so cool, a bunch of robots inside, and just very quietly you're like, fuck!
That's just all I wanted. And just very quietly, oh, here's
How cold is it?
I love that Ray is cold in his house, and Andy is in the middle of a blizzard and overheating.
It's just I'm more or less in the. I'm sitting where my computer is.
Your hair
facing
changed
while I
colors.
move.
It did.
No matter what,
there it is.
Wise.
Hi! I'm back.
Ayo.
Ew.
Welcome back.
Heyo. To the Guildhall.
Oh,
Ugh.
the look I have on my face does not look like I'm also happy that the deal over here. Just oh my goodness.
Yeah, Marco looks done. Andy's always looking cute. Amanda's trying to hand someone a knife. I had to be dramatic.
He's just over being.
And then
I'm
there's
gonna try
Jake
what with
being
the knife?
Jake. Go to the
I'm trying my
the DM.
best to look like Terry. Fuck. I'm over here doing my best to try to look like Terry Owen.
Alright.
We
So,
got pictures over here. What the hell's going on? And Pelagia's hair has changed. What the hell?
I'm just gonna pull out a piece of my pocket bag and just take a bite and go, oh fuck.
I do like the hair change.
so pixies are flying around, and they are attempting to open some of the other.
Fuck.
In some of the other cages, you will find fairies, dryads, gargoyles, griffins, hippogriffs, hellhounds,
So we have to
Homunculi.
stop the pigs.
Henku, nightmares, shadows. There's a single succubi, or succubus, gnolls. Lots of shit.
Really?
Lots of shit. they
The
are
alert
attempting.
the guards that the pixies are out. The pixies are out.
Sounds like
You hear-
the British are coming.
You hear the crack of a whip, and suddenly all the pixies are immobilized. They're just like in Harry Potter. They're just like floating.
Does anyone have a butterfly net?
Immobulist!
I'm sitting here just staring up there at the pictures. I gotta have that weapon. I gotta have that weapon now.
Dagger just takes another bite of her pocket bacon.
Some of the other creatures are now intently looking at that piece of pocket bacon.
I'm gonna just slowly keep gnawing at it, taunting the animals.
You are horrible.
Someone behind you walks up and is like, "You do know that's not a good idea."
When have I ever had a good... You don't know me, never mind.
Well, after what happened right now, I don't think I want to.
I'll put the bacon away.
Immediately,
After
as
I
soon as
take
the
one
shooter
more
reason why
bite.
The pixies happen.
I was like, one more little nibble, then I'll put it back in my pocket.
So the wielder of the whip and the owner of that voice is a woman wearing a top hat, and she looks like she owns them.
got a bunch of strong independent.
Quite an
women.
array and a collection of animals you have here.
Why, thank you. It's
What
taken a
race
while
is
to cure some of these. She is just a normal human.
she? Okay, cool.
It's taken a while to gather such a collection, but you know, where there's will, there's a way.
I kind of sort of just look at her for a second. After
Your name's not Will,
chat
is it?
No, Willow.
Willa. Her name is Willa.
Willow.
Oh, Willow.
It's not Will, but his name Willow. Why, hello, Willow.
So I got watermelon to keep me in shape.
After I look,
That is
turn my gaze
inflections.
away from the pixies. I turn my gaze away from the pixies. I kind of look at. Of all these in the collection, do you happen to have anyone that? Do you happen to have anything that's a feline nature?
Well, I don't know about any felines. I'm more of a dog person myself.
I just start talking to myself and say, "Do you specific? Are any of them with 6 legs?"
I don't know. Some of them don't even have legs.
Okay, well that puts me at ease a little bit more.
Would you
Well,
like
I
help
just-
rounding up the pixies?
We kind of sort of started it, so.
Well, I gotta say, that case did not look good. I've had those pixies for a long time. She clapped, and people start appearing from seemingly out of the shadows and start collecting pixies.
And what makes this whole situation worse is that we don't have the bad luck coin anymore. Do we have some kind of residue from it?
Who knows?
Shit.
No, you're just stuck with me.
You're bad luck enough for all of us.
That's
Well,
nice of you, Death.
Since you're taunting my collection and have broken out some of my specimens, would you like to at least take a full look around before I kick you out of my pen?
I gotta look at Deck and was like, no smart ass remark.
If you'd be so obliged.
Well, let me take you through some of the finer features in my collection. She started walking towards one of the larger cages he has, and points toward a cage holding both a griffin and a hippogriff.
Ooh.
A griffin and a hippogriff?
Indeed.
Do you have a story of how you acquired these?
Well, a few mercenaries and a lot on net.
Nothing but net.
Nothing that. So, to dissuade them from flying away, we kind of have to cut some of the more important feathers used for flying. But now they're docile, so docile that I can even go right on up ahead and pet it.
I'm gonna pull a Harry Potter right now and look at the hippogriff and then bow at it and wait for it to bow in return.
It scoffs at you.
Huh?
It scoffs at you.
Oh, I feel
Hey, you got better treatment than Draco.
true.
She opens the cage door and goes straight up to both the hippogriff and the griffin, and they kind of cower a little bit.
They cower at her.
I keep a close eye on how they react to her.
Oh, they're very aware of her body language, and they just seem like very scared. So you see, the key in controlling many fine creatures through fear, knowing who is the true leader among them.
I cut her off in the middle of that, just saying, "Fear, right?"
Yeah, that's what I said.
I want to lean over
I
next.
did.
I want to lean over to Venator and kind of motion him to kind of get down on my level because let's be real, I'm short. You're thinking the same thing I am, right? This isn't a good place.
Yeah. I just kind of keep an eye on her and I look at the griffin, and they're kind of just, they look like they're unsettled around her.
I'm
They
gonna
look terrified.
I want to do something nobody expects, and I want to cast Speak with Animals.
Alright.
And I want to specifically the griffin.
Cool hanging out with you. I want to keep you.
I don't think you have to roll that.
No, it's yeah, no, you just gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with the beast for the duration.
Alright.
How long have y'all?
Man, your cat is loud.
I know.
Sorry.
How long have y'all been in this cage?
The, which one were we talking to again?
The
The
griffin.
griffin.
The griffin. So the griffin is startled at you, like, speaking on its terms, and it's like, we've been here for a few moons.
Oh.
Some of the others have had it much worse than at least I have.
What has this lady done to y'all?
It's hard to put into words. You know how there are hunters hunt and kill an animal, take a part of that animal as a trophy? Well, the greater accomplishment for her seems to be to just have the living creature itself as the trophy. She is proving that she is a better hunter than most others by keeping us alive.
Tell me, were you taken from your family?
I had no family. But now many of these creatures have sort of become my family. It nuzzles up towards the hippogriff, like, especially this one.
Can y'all fly?
I'm afraid not.
As expected.
So, Willow is like, what are you muttering about over there?
She's drunk.
I want to hold up my gourd and take another sip. She's not wrong.
Somebody sold.
The sad thing is, we can get away with that because she actually has the excuse that she can do with that. Holy shit.
The
Well, I
only
do
time
talk.
being a drunk comes in hand.
You want to seem insane? No matter. I talk to many of these creatures myself, though a lot less seemingly conversational.
You talk with them, as in you actually talk to them, or do you talk with them with lip of yours?
Oh God, no! Speaking with beasts? That's beneath us.
I kind of sort of just give a quiet growl to myself.
gonna take
That's
another sip of my fire whiskey. Or my fire water. And I'm gonna put the cork back on.
Ooh, it's about to go down.
Something is about to happen. I look over at Deck. I was like, don't do it. Not
It's,
now.
it's tempting.
Now, if you would follow me, please. She walks out of the cage and closes the door to the hippogriff and the griffin, and walks towards a smaller cage containing a flying serpent.
As we walk away from them, I do animal. I think it's animal vision, or is it? No, it's not that. Okay, so fuck it all. Yeah, no, I don't have super animal. Anyway, I just instead of just trying to see if I have speak with animals with me, I just look at the hippogriff and griffin and bow one more time before leaving.
Alright.
Because that's all I can do without being overly suspicious.
I'm gonna wink at the griffin as we leave.
You wanna what?
I'm gonna wink at the griffin when we walk out of the room.
It does not understand.
It's okay, he doesn't need to understand.
So she presents the serpent. It has feathery wings and is how do the body of the serpent itself is kind of green, but the feathers go from the green and cascades into like a lighter color and then into red, kind of like a sunset. And she gestures towards it, and it's like, "This, mom, is one of my mighty fine collections. It is a legendary creature known as a quaddle. No one knows where from they, but legend says they were created by the god, and is actually the only creature here that I speak with."
You actually talk to this one?
Oh well, hog is a strong word. It speaks directly to my mind.
It's telepathic.
Well, I don't delve in such fancy language myself. But yeah, sure.
Well, what's the name of the creature again?
It's a quaddle.
It's a quaddle?
Quaddle. Douatl.
Quaddle.
Kind of like a quaffle, but a quaddle.
Quaddle.
Quaddle. Man, we just have a lot of Harry Potter references tonight.
I want to kind of like lean over to my familiar and be like, what information do you have on the quaddle?
Oh, well, I have not seen many of these in my long life. Call that. This is the last I saw one was centuries ago. It is, as she said, created by gods long past, magical creatures who can speak directly to the mind. Very perceptive creatures. It directly locks on to Deck with its eyes, communicates straight into your mind, and goes, "Go."
Just says, go.
No or go?
Don't.
Why?
Just don't. You will lose.
You obviously don't know how difficult we are.
We've seen many difficult groups through our travels. You will just be another one. We'll share the same fate.
I just look at Deck. I just keep it an eye contact with this creature and just thinking to myself, what is going on?
What she has is the whip that controls whatever creature she has in mind. With a crack, they'll immobilize.
But without that whip, she's useless.
You can try to take that whip away from her. It won't bode well.
Do you have a name?
I used to. Long forgotten now.
Very well. I'll kind of nod, and I'll look back at Willow. This is a hell of a collection you've gotten.
Quite, isn't it? I am very proud of it, though I do wish it was bigger.
Bigger, you say? What's your next target you're looking for?
Well, since we are just north of the Great Desert, I figured I'd try and practice my hand at a Tarrasque.
Tarrasque? You are a dangerous woman, aren't you?
It's not myself that's dangerous, it's the creatures I try to find.
The most dangerous creatures of humankind.
You're reckless, too. I like that.
I wouldn't call myself reckless, I'd say curious.
Curiosity is an attractive thing in people, I say.
Are you really trying to seduce her?
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh my god!
I was thinking Jake's not here and it falls to Kayla.
Roll for seduction, I guess.
What race it?
Okay! Really hope this works! I've lost my die! Hold on, I gotta pull my... I don't remember what my, I really wasn't planning on this, but it just kinda happened. Okay, so...
Here we are.
I'm kind of just giving her this look and glad that I don't have Pepper with me because she probably can't take her.
Would that fall under...
I think that'll go with the charisma
Persuasion?
school.
Yeah, it goes with charisma.
So it'd be whatever you roll plus your charisma bonus.
Okay. Oh, don't fail me now, Dice. I really need you to work with me. Oh, okay. That is a 17. Thank God my good rolls are back!
It's because you found your bag of dice.
I'm using my black and red ones now.
Well. Seems like you also have a thrill for the hunt.
I come from the wooded areas. It's kind of how I grew.
Ah.
I'm just watching him then look up at the snake. And I'm just sitting here, what the hell is going on here?
I want to look at her. So, think you'll need a hand on this Tarrasque hunt?
I kind of just quickly look at her and Deca like, the fuck are you doing?
I'm holding my hand up and telling him to shush. Later. Just look at him later, red one.
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't mind the extra help, but I still have a lot of planning to do before I will take action.
Need someone to warm your bed tonight?
How about I go back to your place and help you play?
Are y'all just vying for a gangbang now? What's going on?
I was
Just whispering things to her.
suggesting lines
I wanna look at her.
out of character.
What do you have left to plan?
Well,
Maybe
since
I
I
might
haven't,
be able to help you spitball a couple ideas.
actually located Atra yet, I still need to figure out its hunting patterns, its breeding ground, where it likes to hang out, how far it can see, how far it can smell in the direction which the wind is blowing, um, how much manpower I should bring, you know.
How much about Tarasques would I know?
Roll a nature check.
Where's that at? For
Well,
some
there's
reason, my nature's pretty low, so.
While they're over here just
That's an 11.
spitballing ideas. While they're just spitballing ideas, quote unquote, I'm staring at this winged snake and they're just saying, for someone who claims that they aren't reckless, she seems to be very, very reckless in thought.
I'm not sure how to understand that sentence. She never claimed to be reckless?
No, she claims not to be reckless, is what he was saying.
For
someone who
someone who
claims
seems
not
to
to
be
be-
reckless, not to be reckless, she seems to be very reckless in the way she wants to go after this Tarrasque.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess. It seems like a pretty well calculated move. Like going after the Tarrasque, vicious. But I wouldn't necessarily say reckless. Anywho, you don't know a lot about Tarrasque. You know they exist and they're fucking scary.
They're fucking scary.
I wanna
Obviously, they've never met Deca.
I wanna look at her and be like, you know, myself, I'm not really versed in what a Tarrasque is capable of. Would you be willing to, I don't know, educate me?
Well,
Oh shit, here we go.
I don't have a lot to tell. You see, I've never actually seen a Tarrasque before. I've only heard stories about what they act like from afar, because anyone who's gone up against Tarrasque in person, died. But I will try and be the first one to subjugate one.
It's kinda hot.
There it is!
There.
Is it weird? Can I
Do you place your hand on her arm?
I'm keeping my hands to myself.
Can
I do
like,
wanna
a-
do
can
that
I-
whole,
can I do
like,
a nature check for-
Look her up and down, she'd be like, yeah.
Can I do a nature check for the Tarrasque myself?
Sure.
Holy hell, that is horrible. I did better. I did a little bit better than her, and I have the strongest nature check out of all of us. I'm pretty sure, but I got a 13 total. A
Yeah.
6 plus 7.
You know just about the same as Deca. Big,
Yeah.
scary, desert creature.
I have a +0 for nature.
My black and red dice, you failed me this time. I guess it's time to go to some other dice.
Okay. Well, I'm not in the market for a mate, so to say, but maybe some company would be nice on a trip.
I could offer up some company if you're willing.
Well, I'd have to look at your repertoire first. What kind of beast do you now? What is your skill set?
You're a ranger.
I'm a ranger. I'm well versed in ranged combat. If you need someone to lay a
Uh.
trap, you're looking at them.
I'm
You're looking for
fighting back a
tracking?
laugh as
I'm right there on
I'm fighting back a laugh as she says she's well versed in range combat.
I am not looking at him. Couple of bad
Well-
rolls.
One up against the Sphinx.
Oh.
My party,
It's
we
weird.
have fought a sphinx and survived.
Oh.
They fought a sphinx
Now-
and 2 spirits for that.
Now, I know that's mostly a lie.
You want to believe that? That's fine.
No. I'm speaking out of character.
Oh.
I know that's mostly a lie. So you're gonna need to roll a deception check
Oh,
for that
shit.
one.
I think I've actually got some pretty good deception, so I'm okay with that.
Wait, it's a lie that we've. Oh,
You
We
didn't
didn't
Oh,
fight a
yeah.
snake.
Hey, person in the background. He
15.
looked at us like he heard me.
She kind of squints her eyes and goes, "Well, it is pretty obvious that you are the ranger type, but you guys fighting a sphinx?
You
Tell
know,
me, was it a gyno sphinx or an andro sphinx? Did you slay the beast or did you fight it off?"
unfortunately, we weren't able to slay it. But how many people do you know that have come across a sphinx and survived?
Well, number is far lower than I wanted to, but now I know that some people have met a sphinx. Like the Quaddle, I thought it'd just be a creature of legend. But I suppose that seeing this creature of legend and hearing about another one, I suppose the other one must also.
There's a first for everything. I say this while holding my eye.
Whether it's
So,
still there or not, if you want proof, it's in the old ruins.
Oh,
Or that's where it was for you.
That's where it was for us. It's where we encountered it.
the old ruins? What ruins might those be?
I don't remember the exact location, do y'all?
It was.
It's in the map.
It was south. It's south of us now, I believe.
Mm-hmm. The old Denazi ruins.
It's
Oh, well.
It's Oldham. The ruin's name is Oldham. We literally have the map to go back to.
Oh, it was. It was called Old.
How did you guys forget that?
Because I'm not looking at the map! I don't have it up in front of me because I'm in this call.
So,
Oh, well, I haven't heard about any such ruins, but I mean, I did just hear about some ruins having been uncovered.
I think us going back this way might end up getting in trouble with the campsite we ran across before. If you guys remember, hint hint.
poor Finnegan.
Jeremy.
Jeremiah.
I tell you what. You let us help you with this Charask hunt. We'll take you to Oldham.
Oh
I
my.
raise my eyebrows at her and I just turn and walk away. I'm gonna go check out the throwing competition. I'll leave this to you guys.
I'm just gonna go back to the Griffin Hillgrave while she's over here having fun. Just hitting on crazy female doggable woman.
Right, you can say bitch.
That's a bad word.
I'm just trying to be nice because I said that in character. I could care less for what she's saying, you know. I literally said I'm gonna go look at the hippogriff and the griffin again while she's over here just basically doing what she's doing.
Alright.
Ozzy's just kind of gonna chill in the background.
Alright.
This is the best way to break up the party is with the ranger hitting on someone.
And volunteering our services.
Indeed. So, since you are hanging out in the background, Falachi, you come across a very unusual cage that is like basically a box of mirrors. But they're two-sided, well, they're one-sided mirrors.
So they're
The
one way
Yeah,
or two.
the creature inside can only you can see the creature.
Oh, okay.
It is
Kind of like an interrogation room.
yeah, it's a Medusa because obvious reasons.
Ooh!
And Annual, on your way out, you come across a humanoid creature with very blue skin, mostly wrapped around in a loin, like a piece of cloth, basically, and blank eyes. and as soon as you walk past it, it transforms and looks exactly like.
I stop and look at it and turn my head.
It mimics the motion.
It's a fucking.
It's a fucking? That's an interesting name.
I'm not where you are, so I'm not gonna say what it is. This is all up to you.
Can I try and roll a nature check? I know I'm probably not gonna win it, but
Sure.
considering my nature check is shit. I rolled a 19.
Hey.
Wow. After she just got done saying her nature.
I mean, I have no bonus. That's just a straight 19.
Not unlike the gay 19s that happen sometimes.
Right? There's no 6 with it, it's just the 9.
Alright.
19 is slowly returned.
So you figure out that it's more animalistic rather than having actual social skill. At least this one has. And there's one of the guards that appears out of the shadow and goes like, "That's a good eye. That there's a mimic." Well, we call it a mimic because that's basically all it does. Again, we call it's like a name, but it's actually a doppelganger. It will mimic whatever it looks at. Then it locks eyes onto that dude and it transforms into him.
So it just doesn't know what it is changing into? Or is it just a visual?
Well, we're not really sure. So far as we know, it's basically an animal. It has no concept of self. It has no idea why it's doing it, only for the purpose of getting food.
Oh boy. And that is why I couldn't say anything.
But I nod to the person who stepped out of the shadows, I don't remember what you called it, and say thank you for the information. And leave.
Alright. So, Palachi, you're looking at a Medusa, and she has her eyes closed, but it appears that she can sense someone's presence because the eyes of the snakes on her head are now looking at you.
I'm frightened.
She cocks her head sometimes, moving slowly towards the glass.
I'm kind of just like transfixed. Like, what's she doing? Like,
And then she just stops and seemingly has kind of like a staring contest.
so like, she's just staring at the glass,
Basically.
her own reflection.
Well, through the eyes of the snakes, because if she actually looked at her own reflection.
Oh right, she turned to stone.
So you're staring at a lot of snakes.
I like snakes.
That's exciting.
How did you manage to capture a Medusa?
Well, that one was. That's actually one of the more. I don't want to say simple ones, but we took it by surprise. We had a lot of mirrors up, so she'd shield her eyes from her own reflect. And then it was just a case of tying her up, blindfolding her, putting her in this special magical cage.
Magic.
Yeah, mirrors are quite fragile.
Well, yeah.
especially this kind. Still, not many have seen a Medusa and lived to tell the tale.
No. You're
And
right
if you
about
look over, and if you look over at the cage right next to it, you'll see there's a Merilith hanging around, and she points at cage with the Merilith in it, and a Merilith is basically like a snake person. It has the lower body of a snake, but it has 6 arms
Okay.
and a very muscular specimen.
Oh, maybe.
Now we captured that one quite a while back, but as you can see, it keeps most of its strength up by actually doing a lot of workouts in its own way.
Get swole.
Get swole.
Get swole, bro.
Of course, we had to take away all of our weapons. Capture. The most dangerous part of that creature is actually its tail.
Oh.
Yeah, since it's kind of big, it's it's large, so it's actually at like 9 feet tall.
Oh. Even Falaji has to look up at this one.
Indeed. Oh shit. So it looks at Willow, and then seemingly disappears from that side of the cage and ends up at the other side of it.
It runs away from her.
Oh.
So the Merilith, while quite easy to catch, is actually quite hard to keep captive since it can teleport. So we had to construct another very fine cage for
Falaji's just absolutely fascinated. But, like, at the same time, a little bit horrified.
Mm-hmm.
It's a morbid curiosity.
And then you hear a voice inside your mind.
Okay.
Get me out! Get me out!
Oh.
I want to choke life out of her.
Does Willow keep the whip in her hand, or is it attached to something on her hip?
It seems to be attached to her, like her arm.
Oh, this gonna be
Kratos style.
Like, wrapped around.
Indeed.
It's gonna make it even harder to get a hold of.
That's why. That is why Dekka was trying to get her into bed.
And that's why we need Jericho to cut off her arm.
Wow, what happened to the role dynamic?
We're doing it. I have my field of Hippogriffin Griffin, and I go and search for. I saw another winged beast that was there. Did you say it was like gargoyles she's had?
I'm sorry, what, Ray?
You said it was another winged beast that she had there. You said it was gargoyles, right?
Yeah, there's a,
And the question is, are they in stone right now?
If you had to guess how long it's been since I talked to the griffin, how long has it been?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, there's a gargoyle.
So I go into the gargoyle quote-unquote exhibit. At this point, I'm just gonna call it a freaking prison.
What it is?
You wouldn't be wrong. and you see a gargoyle.
This is hitting a lot of strings with us, and we're just like, what can we do? Like, holy shit!
How can we?
I mean, keep in mind, if we were in the open, these would be attacking.
Indeed.
It's not like they're pure animal. These are monsters that kill.
But as I said before, when we were
But nothing
talking-
deserves to be kept in a cage.
As I was saying before, when we were talking, she saw them being dangerous animals. She probably didn't hear me when I said that humankind is the most dangerous animal.
So the gargoyle has had its wings are cracked. And it's mostly like curled up in like a bat in the corner of its cage.
So basically, it's in the shadow.
It's basically just sitting in the shadow, yeah.
I don't like this place.
You wanted to.
Sad. I know.
I give like a disappointed sigh and I walk away from it because I'm pretty sure if I do anything, I'm probably gonna end up hurting myself along with the group, and that lady's gonna kick me out for sure, if not kill me.
Right. So as you walk away from the cage of the
I don't wanna
gargoyle,
kill
as you walk away from the cage of the gargoyle, you hear some like a couple behind you just pointing at it and like, that can't be a gargoyle. That's just a lumber rock.
I kind of just stop and look at them, contemplate talking to them, and then I shake my head and just walk away a little bit faster because it's not worth the time they're gonna try to explain to them about how gargoyle works if they don't understand it themselves. Let's just kind of just walk away, my tail just hitting the floor, hitting the ground in a bit of irritation from what I'm seeing so far. What else can I rank to here? Okay. And I wanted to come to the Menagerie.
So you walk past a cave with a humanoid-sized and kind of shaped bird.
Oh, bird.
It's a kenku,
A kangaroo?
indeed.
Oh, I'm just gonna sit here and look at the kangaroo now.
It looks back at you.
I give a little nod, a slight nod of acknowledgement of it being there or it noticing.
It does the same.
And I kind of want to roll perception to see what is done to this and to make it tame.
Alright.
Okay. Holy! Yeah, the black and red dice is grounded now because that was a 3.
Nothing seems to be wrong with this creature. It's got a larger cage than most of the other animals, but it's like just walking around observing the people observing it.
I just slowly stretch out my hands to see what it does and my arms out.
It mirrors you.
It's got a decent wingspan to it. Alright, so what's the gimmick with this one? How is this one tame? Quote unquote tame.
So what's the gimmick with this one? How is this one quote unquote untamed? So it mimics you.
I'm just kind of. It actually mimicked me.
I love kangaroos.
Okay,
That's what I was waiting for. I'm just over here going, talk to it.
I'm looking at it kind of quizzically now. So that's what this is gonna be.
So that's what this gonna be.
I kind of laugh at it a little bit. Not laugh at it, but just laugh at it mimicking me.
It laughs back.
I can't help but just sit there and just entertain it because it's just mimicking me, even though everybody else is watching as they go by. So I put my hands down and I just kind of sort of for nothing else to do since everybody else is doing their own little thing. I kind of have a staring contest with, and I know I'm gonna.
All right. So while you're having your staring contest, Anvil has exited the menagerie and is going toward a throwing knife contest.
Already been in one. Why not try a more professional one?
Sure thing. So you walk up and you see they're actually standing around and like they have their own assorted weapons at the ready, and they're standing about 50 feet away from a group of targets.
Has the contest already taken place?
It has not. They're
Is
seemingly waiting for the last few registrants to turn up.
Is there an open spot?
You can go up and ask.
I go up and I guess there's a check-in desk or something.
Yeah, there's definitely someone sitting around. Has a few forms in front of them on the table.
I go up to them. Is this open to the public?
Oh yeah, definitely is.
May I join?
Of course you may. The entrance fee will be 2 silver.
Fair enough. I hand over 2 silver.
Alright, and what name may I write down?
Anwell. Sorry. I was trying to think if I should use an alias or not.
Alright. And what type of weapon will you be throwing?
Daggers.
Alright, dagger. We will begin shortly, so just don't stray too far.
I nod and walk over to the dagger throwing area.
Alright. So as you walk past some of the other competitors, or what you'd call them. And some of them are like, they have hand axes. One of them even just has a bunch of like, he's a big strong man and he has like regular sized axes that he's gonna throw apparently.
Shit.
That guy's my
There's-
hero.
Kratos.
Some of them have spears or lances or halberds, but there are quite a few with just knives and daggers. And after a few minutes, someone walks up and claps their hands like, "All right, everyone, let's just get down to it. Welcome to today's throwing weapons contest. Considering you all have a wide variety of different weapons to it, you will try to score within the middle ring. The middle ring will give you 15 points. The the medium ring, one might say, gives you 10 points, and the outer ring will give you 5 points. Hitting outside of the target will definitely not net you any points, no matter what you say, and you will not be able to try again. Now, for the first prize, we have this beautifully handcrafted dagger, made by one of the most acclaimed smiths of this town, so it is also imbued with magic. Now, we have 10 targets lined up, so we'll be able to take 10 at a time. You will be within the first round of people.
I go line up at one of the areas. What am I? There's not a throwing thing.
What?
Looking at my sheets.
Okay. It's just dexterity. As far as I know.
Okay. So, roll.
Roll indeed.
I was waiting for you to say and start.
You may begin.
That is 19 plus 3.
You definitely hit the center of your target. Some of the others fare recently quite well too. And some of them don't. A lot of them actually don't. That's a lot of. One of them rolled a 1, so that's fun.
Wait, how many are we throwing? I should have asked that.
You are throwing 3, not at,
3.
at the same time, but like at your own.
Yeah. I just wondered how many times we were throwing.
Okay.
Okay.
So it seems half has like hit somewhat within the middle of the target.
Sorry, I'll reroll.
It's okay. I just have to roll for 9 people at a time, so.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Another one, and this same dude even.
That's a 16 and 3, so 19.
19.
Sorry.
Boom, 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 boom. Alright, so a lot more people hit target. Maybe. Actually, no, it did worse. Okay, so far it seems like you are in. Mm-hmm. And one has now had to exit the competition because he rolled 1 twice.
Sucks to suck, my guy.
And
He
now
stabbed.
he stabbed both his feet.
Aww.
He's being carted away as we speak. Alright, last throw. Another.
That is 16 and 3, so
19 again.
19.
Okay, so a lot more people did. These are very balanced. So one did hit a natural 20.
Go person.
Indeed. But you were the only one who hit as close to the center with all 3. Alright. And now for the second round.
I go get my knives and step out of the way.
Alright. People
Or my daggers.
who are administrating the whole event are like counting down scores and being like, okay, this happens, and find out that there are like 3 people who can move on in the competition, and then there are like a new set of people, a new set of 10 people who are like testing out how well they'll do, and that's ooh, that's terrible. Okay.
So of the 10, only 3 go on to the next round. And then those 6 go against each other?
No, there's another set of 10 people.
Okay, so 9 will in the end.
Indeed. And they do terrible. Okay, there are a few 20s. So for the second round of people, there are also. And so now it is only a on 6 battle, as you may say. And it is now the semi-final. And you are in the semi-final.
Yeah!
Yeah, boy. Alright, let's get down to business.
To defeat the
No.
Huns.
The bitch.
Now, Ray, why you gotta be talking about yourself that
He
way?
did it! He said it!
By the way, Kayla, I'm not actually sleeping. My contacts are just drying out.
Oh, I was looking over, and every time I looked, I thought you were falling asleep. I was like, she's gonna fall asleep on us, guys.
No, I've actually been awake. I've just had my eyes closed because it makes them not feel like they're made of
You-
glass.
But you.
Do you have eye
you
drops?
are being.
They are upstairs. And
But
also
you
they're
are
a pain to
being.
fit. I am.
Not just baby, you were a fucking beanstalk since that little incident you did with that bad luck coin. That's the highlight of the damn session tonight.
18
Wholesome philology is
plus
wholesome.
3, so 21.
Nice. Roll
I'm
again.
really liking these new dice, Kayla. First time using these. That
This is
is
something that may or may not go in my
17,
favor.
so 20.
Ooh, nice. You're doing best so far out of all of them. There's been a few ones.
Somebody's gonna call her being a cheater for some reason. I can tell. I bet.
Mm.
I mean, I did even better when I went against Decca.
Was it,
Yeah,
was
she
it
did.
You went against, or was it Jericho?
It was Defka.
It was second. Jericho stepped in at the last second just to figure it out, I think.
That one's a 14 plus 3, so 17.
Okay. So this was the best round for most people. But you have managed to get the best amount of points. And that's completely legitimate because I even made smaller circles, everyone's hit and everything, and you actually did best. Well done! Now there's only 2 of you in a true Robin Hood fashion.
Wait, I'm not supposed to lose. Pulls that script.
Way to go,
I'm not supposed to lose.
And with the thrilling final of this knife throwing contest, I'm gonna need call for a small break because I need.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we'll figure that out. And I think it may be about time to call it a night.
It's about 11 here.
Mm-hmm. Almost midnight for Andy, and almost 6 a.m. I'll be right back.
I hope I remember to steal the mask.
Hey,
Kayla, I wanna kill that bitch.
I haven't been the one running to the bathroom every 30 minutes.
Kayla. Can I kill her? Please.
Not kill, but I'm gonna come up with a plan to severely humiliate her.
I won't kill her. The Griffin will.
I just want to let the what's it called out.
I'm gonna get that whip. But I need her to trust us so I can get that whip.
Mm-hmm.
13!
And your tits?
The
They're easily a 19, girl. Nat 20
No,
on a good day.
how many times
What
I've
was-
tossed it up and got it caught there?
Oh.
what was the thing that talked to me telepathically called? The snake
Quaddle?
person.
The Quaddle?
The Quaddle.
No.
No.
The Quaddle
The
would talk to
Quaddle
me.
talked to
Oh,
Kayla.
Miriam. The Miriam, I think is what we call it. The Miriam?
Miralith.
Maryland, yeah.
I want to free him.
Pretty sure if
The
you-
one who teleported away from the bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure if you free him, he's gonna probably just give you a kiss as he leaves. I can see that in your future.
I'm okay with that.
That's
fine
all
with
your
that.
face.
I'm fine with that. I want to free him. Feels bad. Feels bad, man.
That can make you feel better.
No.
Bad man, not Batman, but close enough.
I mean, bananas.
I I want a banana
B-A-N-A-N.
right now.
Before we get
I
back
think I
into
might
this,
be-
you're
I
doing a
think-
damn good job with this, mister.
I think I might be low in potassium.
Stretch out your muscles. Make sure you aren't gonna get a Charlie horse.
Oh,
Before
I
we
get them all the
continue
time.
this, you're doing a damn good job.
Yeah, then you need a lot more potassium.
Or
I
magnesium.
thoroughly dislike this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
We just sit here watching. We just kind of look around and seeing their reaction to it. Is we realize what's going on. I thoroughly dislike this bitch.
And the general public are like, ooh, neat, exotic creature.
And then
One-
there's just us who are like, this bitch. The fuck is wrong with her?
What is wrong with her?
Oh my god, she's like so bad. Like, it's just ridiculous. Oh my god.
Alright, last round of the tournament. You'll be going up against Mr. 20.
The Nat 20 dude.
Yeah, he rolled a lot of nat 20s. And what his special weapon, his weapon of choice for throwing, is actually a spear.
Really?
I was
So
hoping
dagger
it was
guns to spear.
I was hoping it was gonna be the guy with the full-size axe.
Unfortunately,
Go against
unfortunately,
creative.
Look at that one.
unfortunately, he has a lot of strength, but not enough
But no
dexterity.
accuracy.
No.
Look at that one.
He didn't cut off his own feet, no. But
Okay.
he just flung his axe, and people who were watching had to go like further away.
Dive
so as
out of the
not to
way.
be hit.
Dodge.
Boom.
The first 5 rules of dodgeball: dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
You can dodge traffic, you can dodge a ball.
You can dodge an axe, you can dodge life. Heyo.
Stick it in your ear, Leffler.
Alright. Man, it's such. I haven't seen dodgeball in such.
I want to watch it
So
again.
Kayla. Hold on, Kayla.
Watch it.
My
Is that-
What are we
family-
going to on Saturday?
You'll find out.
God damn it.
What's going on now?
Going somewhere Saturday.
Ooh.
And if you won't tell me.
No.
My family loves dodgeball. It's like the movie that we watch when we all sit down together. Like my parents.
Steve the
I've
pirate.
seen it. It's gotten to the point that I see him in other movies. Steve the Pirate.
To me, it's like, oh, it's Wash. Oh no.
Aww.
Wait, watches that person?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's also in A Knight's Tale. And he's the one who's like,
Uh-huh.
I'm good. Pain. Lots of pain. He's also Turbo from Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh, he plays
Ah,
Turbo?
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't
Turbo.
know that.
And he's in Moana. He's Hey Hey.
Mm-hmm.
I
He
didn't
got paid to sound like a chicken.
know that, but I love it.
Oh, he's so great. Did you guys know that Nathan Fillion and I keep forgetting what his actual name is, but they made like a knockoff Firefly, but it was more about people who made a knockoff Firefly. It's kind of meta.
Alan Tudyk.
Alan Tudyk, right? They made a show about making Firefly, kind of,
Yeah, they did a YouTube ad for it.
and it was meta and parody and all kinds of good shit.
So it was a show about making a show.
It was
That was-
a YouTube thing about trying to get money to make the show.
Right. I don't think they actually made it. Unfortunately.
Well, and
Anywho.
it was only recently, so they're probably still in the process of making it.
Really? I remember seeing that like 3 years ago. Anywho, what did you roll for your first throw?
19 plus 3.
He also
Damn.
rolled a 19. Alright. He doesn't have the plus though, so that's neat. Second throw.
20 plus 3. 23.
You
She
rolled
got
a
a
nat
nat
20? Dang,
Yes.
son.
These
You
bitches
and your
want
roll.
some.
Hey, Freddy, can I?
Don't curse me. I am knocking on all the wood in my room. Fuck off.
No, bitch, you fucking.
Okay.
Last one.
Bye.
17 plus 3. 20.
He rolled a 4.
Oh!
Alright. You won the throwing knife contest.
Damn.
So, announcer comes out and he's like, and we have a winner!
Yeah!
And the winner is... He looks at the paper quickly and is like,
And roll.
Anwell! Well, you won!
Well.
And he points at you. Come
I
up here on the
kinda-
podium and take your prize.
I walk up there
There.
and stand next. Don't make fun of me.
You've been in
Good
Texas too
Texas
long.
Came out by then.
Only about half my life. But I go up and I stand next to him and I hold out my hand.
What an incredible feat of dexterity you've shown us. A great eye for accuracy, a great control of your strength to throw those daggers in the precise way they needed to be thrown. Marvelous. Let's give her a round of applause, all. And people cheer and woo! Now, here is your prize. It is. He holds out, like, I don't know how much this is. 10-inch dagger? I don't know. 7-inch? Go for it.
That's
That's
all.
about 7 inches. Yeah.
That seems about right.
That's about 7 inches, yeah.
And the blade is a little bit longer than the hilt, but otherwise they're equal in size or in length.
Was the blade that long or was that the entire thing?
That's the entire thing.
Okay.
So this here is a throwing dagger made by a very special weaponsmith in town. I do not need to say the name because you all can recognize the handicraft of this wonderful piece of weaponry.
Can I compare it to the ones I already bought from the lady? From the
Sure.
lady?
Yeah. It is not made by the same person,
Okay.
but the quality of the craft is almost equal.
Hello, window
guess-
guy again.
Still playing.
We're almost.
So I go ahead and take it and be like, thank you very much, then I leave.
Wait, no speech? Wait, and will everybody?
That sounds like a rogue for you.
I do not want to be in the spotlight. That is not what I am here for. I'm here for the sharp stuff. To stabby with.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby. That's all I'm here for.
This is the rogue's. This is the rogue saying now. Stabby. The Philology, the necromancer, has her saying, "I will bore you."
No,
Then we
it's
got
Heidi
Decca.
Stabby. Heidi Stabby.
They got Decca. Her line is, "Give me the cheapest ale you have and keep it coming."
Okay, now, question. Before we call it quits, can I try and go back and get the mask?
The mask?
The blank mask.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so now it's in the afternoon.
It was already afternoon.
No, it was noon. Around noon. And now it's afternoon.
Okay.
Basically,
So,
it's not
I-
midday anywhere.
And you get over there, and the guy is still there, but he's currently trying to sell a mask seemingly what do you call it? A ceremonial mask that just looked neat,
Alright. I want to be stealthy.
right?
And
You-
I
you
also want to be disguised. I don't want to look exactly the same as earlier.
Fair enough, but you do know that since you're in an incredibly crowded area, the DC is going to be semi-high.
Okay, my stealth is a +6.
Fair enough. Let's give it a let's give it a try.
15 plus 6.
21?
So 21.
21?
21 plus 7 plus 11. 21.
21?
So you barely passed that one.
Oof.
You his disguise is still I forget.
Ah. I was meaning my kind of disguise.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You disguise yourself and successfully sneak into the back of his tent. And you kind of look like you sort of belong there, like you're his assistant. And I guess you take the mask.
Yes. Sleight of hand or anything?
Yes, please. Make sure you do it softly and silently.
Oh, that slid off. That is a 17 plus sleight of hand is also 6. I took off my glasses, so I had to hold that close to my face. I'm a rogue! Don't give me that look!
It's just damn.
Look,
Kayla!
23.
I'm
Lots of good
aware.
rolls. There's a lot of good rolls. I don't think you've rolled under a 10 or a 15. Really?
Yes, I have.
Not tonight, at least.
I've only got a
Yes, I have.
6 and 3
You did?
things.
In the decision to go back and steal the mask, Kayla said anything below a 10, anything above
Oh
a
yeah,
10.
that's right.
I
You
rolled
rolled
an
11.
So far, you still haven't rolled under a 10.
Don't jinx me! I'm liking these new dice! Kayla, I'm very glad you passed up on these.
All right. You successfully take the mask silently off of where it's hung up, and you sneak out of the way you came in through the back. And now you have a neat new mask.
Okay, I'm gonna need to write down what it does.
It's a blank
gonna-
mask.
I'm
No,
gonna
it
give you
doesn't.
more.
You're gonna send me stuff for it?
I'm gonna send you stuff for it. It's
Okay.
seemingly completely blank, but you can pass your hand over it.
And it's magic.
It's magic.
Magic.
It's a magic blank mask.
Magic pink mask.
Okay. That was terrifying. Watch the next time I roll, I'm gonna get a 1. I want to
And
try
just-
that real quick. Where'd my die go?
Just to remind you, the dagger you just received from the tournament
It's
there
also
is
magic.
is also magic.
So are you gonna send me stuff for both of them?
I'll send you stuff for the mask because he told you what it does, but no one told what the dagger does. So you gotta figure that out for yourself.
Okay.
Dun dun.
Can I like inspect it, try and see what it does or anything?
There's a special spell for that. I think it's called recognize or something
Well,
along
that's
those
not
lines.
thing. I rolled a 2. Wasn't
She
quite a
rolled a
1.
low roll.
Thank you for not failing me when it was in. And then I drop it. And then a 1. But that one just fell. I don't know if that was a count.
Hmm.
I don't
Yeah.
use spells, so I would have to go get it checked out by somebody who
Yeah,
knows.
it's a first level spell called Identify.
I don't do magic though.
A wizard knows it.
You're a wizard, Harry.
You're a wizard.
Do I know any wizard?
You're a Hizzard
Uh,
Harry.
I'm trying to see if any other classes also. Mm. So far, it seems only wizard can use that. And so far, no.
Spell slot.
Bards know Identify.
Maybe I could ask Jericho
Indeed.
whenever we're allowed near him again.
Right.
And I rolled an 8. Well, that wasn't a roll.
I
Alright.
just realized I'm still Kanku.
And I also walk back towards the tent they're all in. I don't go into it, I just wait outside.
Alright.
And I also hide the map.
I have my fun with the Kanku. I'm back at the Griffin and Hippogriff again. I keep
Alright.
going back to them.
Alright. And I guess Deck has still putting on the mold.
Moves.
Getting the mold.
I'm fucking trying, man. Trying so hard.
Coming out with all the cheesy one-liners, you know.
Yo, show you something else you can use that whip on later.
At this point, you might as well just sit there and just at this point, you might as well just be doing stuff for war games. The best way to play your game is not to play the game.
It's what's it called? It's
War games.
5.
no, not spies and war games. It's something totally unrelated to that.
That was a 1.
Yeah, you're trying to use all the pickup lines you while being at the bar for so long, for so many years, but you've always been like real drunk, so it's hard to remember the exact.
I'm a ranger in the
lines.
streets and a fiend in the sheets.
But
I like that one.
As a ranger, you also know I hunt booty.
I'm great at tracking, and I can tell that you got some fuck. Where was I going with that?
I don't know, but I want to.
I'm great at tracking, and these tracks have led me to you.
Hey, that's a
you
good
rolled
one.
a. What to say? You rolled a nat 1.
Rolled a smooth. That's a 19. What's my charisma? That's a joke roll too.
All right.
Our DM's calling it.
Yeah, I'm yawning as shit.
Thank you, Dungeon Daddy-O. It was an amazing session.
Thanks,
All I can say
DD.
all I can say is you're doing a really fucking good job because you made us hate this bitch.
To
Well, I
be
don't
fair,
know them, but I'm just like, I don't like this woman.
I got 3 nice new stabbies.
Stabby.
it's not hard to create a character that people.
It's just
Just
a
gotta
matter
give
of how
them-
we go about.
Yeah, it's just about showing them in a positive light at first, and then showing how ugly and terrifying they are in behind the scenes.
The amount of times that I had to hold my tongue. The amount of times that I had to hold my tongue because of this bitch. I'm already seeing someone that's racist against humans anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
What's up, Kay? You're just
Are we gonna
T
do
for
the
TikTok?
usual- Are we gonna do the usual
Outro?
outro?
We have to figure out our orientation.
Are
So
we in usual spots? Or...
Marco and Ray are in the same spot. Amanda is above me, and Andy is just the centerpiece that we should all
Are we
be
gonna
staring
do-
at.
So
Are we
is
gonna have
Marco-
Marco be the last one?
I normally go first, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you're in the middle. You're in the centerpiece of this one this time. Do you
Well,
want to go
yeah.
last?
No, Marco goes
has
last.
to go last.
Okay, I think we should start with Ray since he's in the bottom left. Go Ray, Andy, Amanda. Then I'll go, and then Marco goes.
Hold
Just let
on.
me know when
We
you're
were
ready.
doing it across. Are
Yes,
we doing
Yeah,
it
we were doing it like
top left, middle,
Clockwise.
top right, bottom left?
Yeah.
That's how we have done it. So
Okay,
why don't we
that's
just
not right.
reverse it this time?
So me, Ray, Amanda, Andy, Marco.
Yeah. So you first, me second, Amanda third, Andy fourth, and then Marco's last. The best for last. He just that look on his face is like damn straight.
I'm just tired. This is my tired face.
Aw.
All right.
Hey, the time is my house number.
All right. Well, hurry up. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Shit's been weird. Jake's dead apparently, so that's fine. But anyway,
He's not dead. We're just banned from seeing him.
No, he's dead. He's dead. It's fine. But I'm Decca. I'm your local alcoholic ranger, and lesser restoration solves all of your problems.
I am Ray, also known as Venator Noctis, and I have never wanted to kill somebody so much until this person.
My name's Amanda, and I got a lot of news. Stabby stab. I'm also Anwil. Sorry. I just like sharp, shiny stuff.
I'm Andy. I'm your what is it that Ray was calling me? Beanstalk?
Your wholesome beanstalk.
I'm a wholesome beanstalk of a tiefling. Also known as Falaji Targana.
And I'm the eternally frustrated DM, Marco, who keeps having to deal with my players having to say, so what's their name? And me being like, fuck if I fucking know.
Hey, I didn't ask that.
No, Kayla
That is
did.
just Kayla. There.
Thank you for watching, everyone. See ya in the next episode of the TikTok Guildhall.
Bye bye.
The Guildhall.